A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act 1 of Brother John, starring William Redfield, and written especially for Suspense by Elspeth Eric. This first portion of Suspense is brought to you by the makers of Marlboro cigarettes. You settle back and have a full-flavored smoke. Have a Marlboro. You get a lot to like with Marlboro, the filter cigarette with the unfiltered taste. Try Marlboro.
It was so simple, it was ridiculous. I was locked in the Veterans Hospital with a brain embolism. Stroke, they call it, for short. You think that only happens to old people? Both of us in that room were under 30. You see, you get a stroke on the left side of your brain. It paralyzes the right side of your body. And it makes you so you can't talk. I mean, you got all the words in your head and you understand what everybody says, but you can't talk. So I just laid there and listened to Brother John talking to the Army doctor.
He's your brother?
Yes, 20 years younger. I've taken care of him since he was a kid.
Well, we'll hope for spontaneous recovery.
What's that?
The damage to the brain clears up by itself. Speech returns and the paralysis disappears.
Well, what do I do now?
Well, can you remember what books he read as a child? Little poems or songs. Hey Diddle Diddle, Humpty Dumpty. Often these things come back first.
Charlie was born in France. Our parents both died there when Charlie was 10. By that time, I was in okay shape financially, and they sent him back to me. But he only spoke French. I remember he used to sing that Frere Jacques thing.
Yes, singing often helps. The rhythm carries them along.
I hardly know any French.
Well, now, you do your best. This may all clear up sooner than you think. The man on the other side of the screen has the same trouble. He seems to be coming along.
Well, thank you, Doctor.
Anything else you want to know, ask for me at the desk.
Thanks. Hey there, chum. You look fine. Now listen. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. You know the apartment I have over the garage at the Tremaines? Are you going to come there? Well, it's big enough. Wait till you see it. It's great. Yeah. What's the matter? You think they'll mind? They won't mind. They're very nice people. And of course, they're really not in any position to mind anything. Are they, huh? No. So when I took that prison rap for Jerry Tremaine, he promised he'd look after me for the rest of my life. And if somebody asks you, what does your brother do? You can say, he's butler for the Gerald Tremaine. Not much, I grant you that, but it's better than saying he's a bum. Right? Yeah, he's doing very well, incidentally, old Cherry. All strictly on the up and up ever since that one little mistake I did time for. But I'm a nice fella. I've stuck to our original agreement, $200 a week for life. And of course, I get my board and room. So most of it, I put away for you. And if you ever need a little extra, well, truth is, Mrs. Tremaine is what you might say crazy about me. I could always put the fight on her for a little extra if you needed it. Listen, I brought you some champagne. Want me to open it now, huh? Oh, okay, later. With your buddy here, huh? Doctor says you both got this cerebral thing. Okay if I introduce myself? My name's McGee. Yeah, I'm Charlie's brother, John. I brought some champagne. You and Charlie can have it together, okay? You You both look great, you know. Just great. Well, good luck. Enjoy the champagne. Hey, looks like a nice fella. You want to say something, Charlie? Go ahead, try, huh? Go ahead. Frère Jacques, dormez-vous. I had to laugh. Big brother John standing there trying to sing in French. Well, all right, so he didn't know French. But he had brains. He does a stretch in prison for a guy, then when he gets out, he moves in with the guy, gets $200 a week, and takes over the wife for John. Now, anyway, a few days later, I had a spontaneous recovery. Blood clots absorbed, speech came back, paralysis is gone. I'm out of the army and walking around. But you see, I've never met these Tremaines, and I'm very curious to find out what they're like. So, Mrs. Tremaine comes to the door. Not a bad-looking woman for her age. She lets me in and introduces me to her husband.
This is my husband, Mr. Tremaine. Gerald, this is John's brother, Charlie.
Charlie? Good Lord. Sit down, Charlie. Well, I should have called John, I guess, but I wanted to surprise him.
Gerald, you tell him.
Charlie, we were just going to call you. Huh? Yeah, the truth. Well, your brother has been shot. Killed, huh? John? John was shot?
It just happened about an hour ago.
What? Who want to do a thing like that?
We don't know who did it.
The police don't know.
Gerald, you ought to let them know that's all it is.
All right, I will. I'll be right with you. Oh, he was such a wonderful brother to me.
I know. He talked a lot about you.
I mean, he did everything for me.
You were planning to stay here with him, weren't you? He said so.
Yeah, till I get a job or something. Now I don't know what to do.
Well, why don't you just stay on here anyway for the time being?
Oh, I don't know if I could.
John's apartment's over the garage, you know. Why don't you just move in?
Well, Mrs. Tremaine, I'd kind of like that. Yeah, I'd like to poke around there, sort of, and see if I can't figure out who could have wanted to kill my brother John. It was so simple. It was ridiculous. I could move right in, and I did. They were nice, really. She was what you'd call faded, I guess, but not too faded. I could see how John could have gone for her a little bit. Next morning, I asked if I could help her with breakfast. You know, John told me a lot about you, Mrs. Tremaine.
He did?
Yeah. He liked you a lot.
Well, that's very nice to hear.
I can see why. You're very attractive.
Well, now...
I mean, John certainly thought you were. And so do I.
That's a nice compliment from a young man.
And you're not much older than I am.
Well, I'm certainly not younger.
Well, lots of men my age go for older women.
I really wouldn't know about that.
Oh, come on now, Mrs. Tremaine. You must have had lots of guys going for you.
Really, Charlie, I don't think this is the way for us to talk.
I knew I had her. When they say they shouldn't talk this way, they're starting to weaken. They talk that way all the time they're saying they shouldn't, and pretty soon they're ready for action. Anyway, I could see she was getting uncomfortable, and that was exactly what I wanted. Her husband came downstairs right then, and I took him some coffee in the living room.
John was with us a long time, you know, Johnny.
Yeah, I know.
It's a terrible shock. Oh. You talked to the police?
Mm-hmm. Last night, they don't seem to know much.
Well, any time.
Oh, sure.
Look, Charlie, you stay on here just as long as you like.
No, Mr. Tremaine. I'll be moving on pretty soon, I guess. I mean, John said he had some money saved up for me.
Oh?
Yeah. Quite a lot.
Good.
I don't know how he did it. Almost $40,000.
That much, huh?
Yeah.
Well, he must have made good investment.
No, he just had savings. Yeah. In 4 different banks.
Oh, that's so?
Yeah. Every week he made a deposit. A big one.
You don't say.
Ever since the first week, he came to work for you.
Well, now, what do you know about that?
I had him, too, and I knew it. Now, both of them were uncomfortable. But they were nice people, really. I could almost have gotten to like them. Yeah. Anyway, I helped Mrs. Tremaine put the breakfast on the table. She even asked me to eat with them, but I said no, I was going out. Only I didn't go out. I stayed in the kitchen because I wanted to hear what they had to say to each other.
Charlie, how long is he going to stay?
Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie.
I don't know.
Nice fella.
Very nice.
Not like John, though.
No, not really.
Doesn't even look like him.
A lot younger, of course.
Yes.
I miss John.
We'll get somebody else.
Not like John, though.
No, not like John.
I was sorry I wasn't like John. I really was. I'd have liked to go on with these people for a while. I was even a pretty good butler, if you can imagine that. I helped Mrs. Tremaine get lunch.
I'm terribly awkward in the kitchen, I'm afraid.
Oh, well, let me do that.
John always did everything.
He was a good man.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, you know, I'm sorry I didn't get to see more of him.
Well, we used to ask him to have you here for a visit, but he never would.
I know. I wonder why he wouldn't. I wonder if it was a woman.
Oh, no, it wasn't a woman. I'd have known if it...
Oh? You would?
Well, I mean, if that was why he wouldn't have you here, I'd have known if he was seeing some woman here.
No, I meant if it was some woman who killed him. You should have seen her face. All of a sudden, she looked like somebody had hit her. Then Mr. Tremaine came home for lunch. I made him a drink first in the living room.
Join me, Charlie?
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Tremaine.
I don't usually indulge in the middle of the day.
Of course not. $38,000.
How's that?
Oh, that's what my brother had. In 4 different banks.
Oh, well, that makes you a rich man, doesn't it?
Well, not quite. I just can't help wondering, that's all.
Wondering what, Charlie?
Oh, where he got all that money. Gave it to him all those years.
Well, I wouldn't know if anybody gave it to him.
Well, you see, somebody was paying him. That could be the man who killed him.
I see what you mean.
She came in right then and told him lunch was ready, and they both went into the dining room looking absolutely sick. As a parting shot, I said that I was going down to the police station. I thought that should start a little something, you know. I went out to the kitchen, and I opened and shut the door like I was leaving. But I sat down to listen.
That's the 3rd time he's talked to the police.
That's natural, isn't it?
Yes, I guess so.
I must say he doesn't seem to be mourning for his brother very much.
No, they were supposed to be close, weren't they?
I guess men just don't show their feelings. In fact, I'm sure they don't.
Meaning me?
Toward each other. Some men don't even show their feelings toward their wives.
You again?
If you have any feelings toward your wife...
Tommy, don't start that again.
All right.
I'm sorry. That Charlie's making us both nervous.
I'm not nervous. Are you nervous?
No, not nervous, exactly.
Yes, you are.
Look, why don't we get rid of him?
Get rid of who?
That's Charlie.
But we just asked him to stay.
You asked him, not me.
You want him to leave.
I didn't say I wanted
so.
Well, I'd see some money till John's estate is settled.
That'd be nice.
Well, so tell him.
Me? You tell him.
Well, why should I tell him? You tell him.
Why me?
So it went.
You tell him.
No, you tell it. I wanted to laugh. I got out of the kitchen very quietly, and I did go down to the police station. They didn't know anything. They hadn't found the gun, and they couldn't figure out who had a motive. So, about 5:30, I went back to the house. Mrs. Tremaine was setting the table for dinner.
Did you see the police, Charlie?
Yeah, I was there all afternoon.
Really? All afternoon?
Mm-hmm. They wanted me to tell them everything I knew about John.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't know a lot. He never said too much about himself.
No, he was sort of a quiet man.
A few things, I told him.
Oh, like what?
Well, like I gathered he was very happy here. I mean, you took good care of him. I gathered that.
Well, we tried.
Oh, he was really happy here. Yeah, he really was happy. He used to say he never wanted to leave here.
Did he?
Yeah. I guess he had about everything he wanted. Right here in this house.
Everything?
I mean, jobs like that are sure hard to find. That have everything.
I suppose they are.
Her hand started to shake, and pretty soon she gave up trying to set the table and went up to the living room to join Mr. Tremaine. I told her that I was going to go up and wash up for dinner, but instead I went out in the hall. She closed the door to the living room. Standing on the other side, I could hear everything that went on.
Gerald, I must tell you something.
What, dear?
Gerald, we've got to get rid of that man.
I told you that at lunch.
He knows something.
What do you mean, something?
Gerald, I never meant to tell you this. It isn't anything much, really, only now it might make the police think I killed John.
You?
Oh, I'm so ashamed of myself. Carrying on with a servant. One little lonely house, like taking up with the first man who was nice.
Connie, what are you talking about?
The way I thought of myself, Gerald. It was all self-interest. I was alone all day, and John was here.
Connie,
That's the way it was.
You? And John? It's hard to believe.
Oh, Gerald, I'm not trying to excuse myself. I'm not. It's just that now John's dead, and that awful Charlie thinks some woman killed him, and I think he thinks I'm the woman.
No, he doesn't.
He's been in around.
He thinks some man did it. Some man who was paying John a lot of money, extortion money.
Who?
Me.
You?
Yes. He doesn't come right out and say it, but he knows someone's been paying the money, and I think he suspects me. And he's right.
What do you mean?
I paid John for 15 years ever since he got out of jail. We were both guilty, but he took the rap.
Guilty of what?
Embezzlement.
Embezzlement?
Yes. We took $70,000 from the firm before we got caught. As I said, I went free, and John went up the river. I paid him $200 a week, 52 weeks a year. He'd saved up almost $40,000 when he was killed.
But you didn't kill him.
Is that a question?
I know you didn't do it.
You know I didn't.
Of course. Do you think I did?
No, of course not.
You don't think maybe he got tired of me, or I got jealous or hysterical or something and shot him?
No, of course I don't.
I did get jealous sometimes. I'm hysterical.
But you didn't kill him.
No, I didn't.
Neither did I.
I know.
Well, that wasn't the way I thought it would go, frankly. In the first place, I never thought they'd spill everything to each other, and in the second place, I thought if they did spill everything, they'd each jump at the chance to pin it on the other. They must have loved each other or something. Well, something like that. Anyway, I decided to walk in and settle the whole thing right then and there. Mr. Tremaine.
Yes, Johnny.
Mr. Tremaine, the fact is, I need $50,000 from you right now.
What is this, Charlie?
Well, it's extortion money, Mr. Tremaine. You know what that is. It's just a word like embezzlement.
Oh, I see.
Well, he knows. He actually...
That's right. I actually know, Mrs. Tremaine. I didn't know exactly before that it was embezzlement, you see. But Brother John told me he'd done time for your husband, and that was why he had this cushy job. I didn't know why he bothered to work at all. I know I wouldn't have.
No, I guess you wouldn't have.
Now, wait a minute. Well, I take that back. I know a reason why he worked here. Don't you, Mrs. Tremaine? Yeah. You were fooling around a little, weren't you? Huh? With Brother John?
Look, my wife and I have no secret, so this is not a shock to either one of us.
But have you told the police? It might be a shock to them. Have you? Well, now, of course you haven't.
My wife didn't kill your brother, neither did I.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
How do we know you didn't kill him?
Why would I kill my own brother?
For the money in the Forest Savings Bank?
I was going to get that anyway. Brother John told me so in the hospital. He even said he could put the touch on your wife for a little extra if I needed it.
You can't prove that.
Well, I think I could if I had to. There's a guy up at the hospital. He had the bed next to mine. He was there when John came to see me.
He knows all about this?
Well, he might. Neither one of us could talk at the time. Maybe he can't even now. I don't know. But he was still there when I got out.
What's his name?
Now, why would I tell you that?
I can find out.
Well, what's the difference, Mr. Tremaine? Suppose he says the whole story is true, that he heard John tell it to me. It'll all come out anyway, newspapers and everything. Then what will the police think about you? So come on. I mean, let's be sensible. You raise the $50,000, and I'll clear out.
How am I supposed to raise $50,000?
Well, out of your house, your car. You must have insurance. You two stay there. I'll answer that phone.
What do you think, Constance?
Don't give it to him.
What's that money?
Don't give it to him.
You sure?
Wrong.
What I did was wrong. Let's not keep on doing what's wrong.
Well, it's the wrong number or something. It sounded like a singing telegram. I couldn't make it out. Well, how about it?
Charlie, we don't think we can give you $50,000. We don't think we can afford it.
Can you afford being smeared all over the newspapers?
We can't afford to go on living this way, lying to each other.
One of you may not go on living at all.
Let me answer it this time.
Leave the phone off the hook.
Charlie, neither one of us killed John.
I'll tell that to the police.
I'm going to. I've talked to my wife, and she agrees.
Harold, come here. You too, Charlie.
Now, look, I don't think you fought this over.
Oh, yes, we have. We don't want to think about it anymore.
Harold, listen.
Huh? So what is it?
Listen. I'll hold the phone. Listen, Charlie.
Donnez-vous, donnez-vous, frère Jacques, frère Jacques, donnez-vous, donnez-vous. Well, that's the story. It was the real Charlie on the phone, the guy in the other bed. See, he hadn't had a spontaneous recovery like mine. But he'd gotten back enough to get to a phone in the hospital, dial the number, and then sing this French song into the phone. Brother John, are you sleeping, are you sleeping? That's what it said. It's just my lousy luck I never learned French, or I'd have known it was the real Charlie the first time he called. Oh, I guess you want the gun I killed John with, huh? Right here. I've had it in my pocket the whole time. Oh, and thanks for offering me a lawyer. But frankly, I don't think any lawyer in the world could get me off. Do you? Well, do you?
Suspense. You have been listening to Brother John, starring William Redfield, and written especially for Suspense by Elspeth Harris. Suspense is produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber, sound patterns by Joseph Moore. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Yes, what is it, Walter?
I beg your pardon, Mrs. Turnbull, but I thought you would like to know.
Yes, well?
Well, it's your nephew, sir. Mr. Donald Ransom.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, his car has just come into the driveway.
It has, huh?
Yes, sir.
Now, what the devil does that impractical young wastrel want this time?
I'm sure I don't know, Mr. Turnbull.
Well, I think I do.
Yes, sir.
I think he wants some more extra money from his inheritance to squander on that nonsensical research and experimentation he's been doing over at the university, on those ridiculous journeys to heaven knows where in search of heaven knows what.
Yes, sir.
Money. Well, he won't have it.
No, sir.
Not as long as I have any legal right to the management of it. And then, after all, we do have to look out for ourselves, don't we? Of course we do. Well, don't we, Warden?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course we do, sir.
Of course. So go out and meet him at the door. Tell him that I'm not in, that I've... Well, Donald, come in.
Oh, here you are, Uncle Frederick. I thought I heard your voice in here.
Hello, Walden. Mr. Donald.
Well, I'm glad to see you, boy. You should come and visit with me more often. Sit down.
Thank you, sir.
That'll be all for now, Walden. If I need you, I'll ring.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well, my boy, how are you?
Feeling better than I've felt in a long time.
Splendid. And then you look it, too. But, now what's on your mind?
I've come to say goodbye, sir.
You've come to... What was that?
I've come to say goodbye to you. I'm about to leave on another expedition.
You're what?
Yes, sir. In just a few days now, I'll be leaving for Egypt.
Egypt?
Yes, sir.
I see. Do you mind telling me why you think you ought to embark on another of these silly, expensive expeditions?
Uncle, I've spent months now in reading and research at the museum, at the university, working with Horace Bracton.
And who is Horace Bracton?
Well, he's the son of Mr. J. Harrison Bracton, the curator at the museum. What's more, he's one of the foremost students of Egyptology in this part of the country.
Yes, I see. All right, very well. Go on.
Uncle, I am now convinced that I can locate the tomb of the ancient pharaoh Kamoshek I.
Oh, you are?
Yes, sir. I'd stake my life on it.
You mean if I let you go?
What?
Donald, to put it bluntly, I'm fed up with your wasting your time on these stupid, pointless wanderings all over the face of the earth. And I mean completely pointless.
That's not exactly the way the museum feels about them, Uncle. Nor several universities.
Well, that's the way I feel about them.
I'm sorry.
What's more, you're wasting not only your time, but your money. The money that your poor father spent a whole lifetime struggling to accumulate. And not for any such nonsense as this. You can be quite sure of that.
Father left me that money to spend in any way I might see fit.
Oh, he did, huh?
He certainly did.
Provided, Donald. Provided that your handling of it meets with my approval. And don't you forget that. When you're 30 and the estate passes completely into your hands, if you live that long...
Is that supposed to be a threat?
Take it any way you like. When you're 30, when the money is yours alone, very well, you can do anything you like with it. But until then, don't you forget for 1 minute that I am legally in control of it. All of it.
No, you've opposed me in my plans for every one of my expeditions, haven't you?
I certainly have, and I shall continue to do.
Do you mind telling me why?
For your own good, that's why.
Oh, I'm sure.
Don't be sarcastic, Donald.
Or is it your own good you're thinking of?
It is not. It's simply because sooner or later, boy, you've got to realize your responsibility. Realize that as the wealthy heir of a wealthy family, it's up to you to carry on a tradition that's been set for you, whether you like it or not. To increase the fortune that has made your family name and reputation, to build even greater financial power. Not to waste it, throw it away.
Do you call my contributions to science a waste of money?
Science? Rot. What do you know about science? Now, look, Donald. Believe me, my boy, there's nothing selfish in my attitude in this matter.
Oh, no.
I am thinking only of you, Donald. Of your future. And above all, of the fine family name, the family honor that you alone are left to uphold, that you must uphold. If for no other reason than respect for the memory of your father. Well, my boy?
Is that all, Uncle Frederick?
Well, it depends on you. Are you going to give up this asinine plan?
No.
What do you mean, no? Now, you listen to me.
Regardless of what you may say or think, I'm going to Egypt.
I said you listen to me, young
I
man.
made all my plans, obtained the sponsorship of the museum, thanks to Horace Bracton.
Donald,
So if this tirade is simply because you thought I might want more of my inheritance, Uncle Frederick, well, you can stop worrying about it
and
right
I tell
now.
you that you're not going on this ridiculous expedition.
And I tell you that I am. There's nothing you can do or say that will stop me.
No, there isn't, huh?
No. Goodbye, Uncle Frederick.
Why, you insufferable young imbecile. Sit down and listen to me.
Sorry, I must go now.
Sorry, huh? Well, you will be sorry. What's the matter with you? You lost your senses.
I think I've finally come to my senses.
Donald Ransom, have you forgotten that I am in a position to cut you off from your inheritance, cut you off entirely, if I wish to?
I'm fully aware of that, Uncle Frederick. But if you think I care, you're entirely wrong. Goodbye, sir.
Then, by heaven, I will cut you off. Well, you hear me?
I hear you.
So help me, Donald. I've tried to avoid this. Believe me, I have. I have shown more patience toward this arrogant behavior of yours than I thought I had. But your idiotic bullheadedness, your utter disregard for your responsibility for the importance of your family name and social status, in spite of all I try to do, well, by heaven, I will have you cut off without one single solid... Wait a minute, I said. Where do you think you're going? Egypt. You'll be sorry, Donald. You don't know how sorry you'll be. Well, Alden, what's all that you have there?
A package and a letter, sir. It came for you by special post, by special delivery, as you call it.
Where?
From Egypt, sir.
Egypt? Well. I've been expecting a letter from him. 3 months now, isn't it, that he's been gone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Walden, I knew very well that the money Donald had to beg for that stupid expedition would soon run out. So now he wants some more.
I'm sure I don't know, sir.
Well, I do, and Walden...
Yes, sir. Yes.
You can take that letter out and burn it.
But the handwriting on it, sir, it doesn't look to me like...
package? Well, all right, let me have it. We'll see what's in it.
Yes, sir, here you are.
Probably some completely useless relic or souvenir that he picked up, sent along in the hope it might influence me into sending him money. Well, I assure you that it won't. I made my position clear when he walked out of here. And I don't intend to change it.
Mr. Turnbull, the handwriting on the letter...
Yes, I know, Walden. You've always been sympathetic towards some of those silly ideas, huh? Perhaps even hoped that I would help them. Now, don't worry, I won't. Let's see now.
But this was apparently written by somebody else other than...
Irresponsible young idiot. Look at this. Look at it, Walden.
Why, yes, sir. I see.
What is this? Donald's crude idea of a practical joke? This dirty old piece of some kind of dried up old bone?
It's from a human body, sir. And very, very old.
So this is the sort of nonsense Donald has been wasting his time and our money digging up out of the dirt and sand over there in Egypt. By heaven, I said it before, and I say it again, Walden.
Yes, I know you have, sir. I know you have.
Now, don't you get out of line.
No, sir.
That letter, where's the letter?
Yes, sir. Here, sir. But as I started to say, sir, that handwriting is...
Mr. Turnbull. Oh, I see. It's signed by Horace Brackton.
The young man he spoke of who went with him.
Oh, yes, I remember. Walden. Listen to this.
Yes, sir.
Dear Mr. Turnbull, a few minutes before he died, your nephew, Donald Ransom...
Oh, dear. What a misfortune, sir.
Donald. Dead.
My deepest sympathy, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
You can keep your sympathy to yourself, Walden.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Just forget it and go answer the door.
Well, sir, but... yes, sir.
I knew it. I knew I was right. And now, by heaven, this proves it. Now, let's see. Your nephew, Donald Ransom's last request was that I send you a section of the femoral bone from the skeleton of the pharaoh Kamoshek that he recovered from a tomb near the ancient city of Giza. As you no doubt have been informed, he died of some as yet completely
Sir?
Yes, what is it now?
Your pardon.
Yes, Walden.
Mr. Harrison Bracton, the father of the young man who sent the letter.
Oh. All right, send him in.
Yes, sir. Right in here, sir.
Thank you.
Ah, come in, Mr. Bracton. Come in.
Thank you, Mr. Turnbull.
You, may as well sit down, I suppose.
Thank you. And before we go any further, I must tell you how distressed I am about your nephew's death.
Yes. Let's see, you're over at the museum, aren't you?
Yes. I am the curator of osteology.
Osteology, that's the study of bones, I believe.
Yes.
And here, take a look at this. Even in his last moments, my recalcitrant nephew chose to mock me by sending me this bone.
I know. From the remains of the pharaoh Kamoshek, it's most exciting, isn't it?
Exciting?
I'll be honest with you. It's why I came in the hope I might be allowed to see it.
See it? Well, take it. It's yours for that stuffy museum you live in.
But you mean it?
Well, I certainly don't want it around here, do I?
Oh, I see. Then you believe it, too.
Believe in what? What are you talking about?
The curse, Mr. Turnbull.
The curse?
Yes, that may have accounted for the strange death of your nephew, the curse of Kamoshek.
Oh, you can't be serious, Bracton. You mean to sit here, you, a supposedly intelligent man, and... oh, no, I don't believe it.
Have you forgotten what happened to the men who violated the tomb, who touched the remains of King Tutankhamun, knowing about the curse on them?
Oh, that's absurd, ridiculous. You really believe in such rubbish?
I'm not sure.
Well, I am. It's utter nonsense, superstition. So here, take this worthless piece of bone along with you and get out of here.
No, I would hesitate to touch it, sir.
Oh, you would, huh?
Yes.
Well, do you want it for that second-rate museum of yours?
My second... Well, of course.
All right, then, here. I'll bundle these papers around it for you. Here you are, now. Take it and leave.
Mr. Turnbull.
But to think that you, the curator of a museum, would fall for such trash is almost beyond belief. Go along.
Now, wait, sir.
I should have recognized you for the superstitious, doddering old fool you are the moment you stepped in here.
Listen to
now,
me.
get out of here. Before I lose my patience. Get along. Curse of Kamoshek, huh? I'd like to see it try to act on me. Ridiculous.
Yes?
Mr. Turnbull, I must see him at once.
Oh, Mr. Bracton, I believe.
Yes, Harrison Bracton. I was here to see him only a few days ago. Take me into him. Where is he?
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but I doubt if Mr. Turnbull is in this evening.
He must be. He has to be. I must
Now,
see
wait,
him
sir,
immediately.
please, please, sir.
Get out of the way. I'll find him
I
myself.
tell you, he isn't into anyone this evening. Please wait, sir. Please.
What's going on around here? What's all this? Oh. You again?
Yes, it's I, Mr. Turnbull. I must talk to you.
Yes, so it would seem. Well?
I'm terribly sorry, sir.
That's all right, Walden.
Thank you, sir.
Well, what do you want this time, Mr. Bracton?
Here. Take it. Take back this accursed thing.
What?
I told you when you insisted I'd take it along with me. I told you there was a curse on it. The curse of Kamoshek. Now it's proved itself.
Oh, Bracton, have you been to see a psychiatrist lately?
Oh, please, don't jest about this, Mr. Turnbull. I told you I didn't want to actually touch this terrible thing, nor have I, nor will I. And now, after what I've seen it do to those who have touched it, I don't even want it near me.
Oh, well, that sounds very intriguing, Bracton. Go on.
But when I got it home, I placed it under a glass bell in one of the cabinets in my study. Very carefully, Mr. Turnbull, not actually touching it, just using a pair of forceps.
Nonsense.
That night, sir, it somehow forced its way out of the cabinet. The glass was broken into 1,000 pieces, yet no one was around who could possibly have touched it.
Oh, no,
the next morning, the housemaid, knowing nothing about the curse on it, picked it up in her fingers and placed it on the table.
Well?
Late that night, frantically running away from what she described as a living mummy, she fell headlong down the stairs leading from her room on the third floor.
Braxton,
she is still in the hospital, Mr. Turnbull.
And all because of this poor little ball. Bye.
Listen to me. You must listen to me.
Oh, I am listening.
The doctor who attended her... Oh, why did I did it? I shall never know.
Well, it was.
I let him take the bone with him to study it. In 2 days, Turnbull, that man, one of the finest in his profession, had to be committed to an institution as a raving maniac, babbling wildly about a phantom that pursued him. A phantom he described as looking like a...
Oh, now, wait a minute, Braxton. I've heard enough of this. Do you mean to tell me that a man of your so-called intelligence, that you can possibly take a thing like this seriously? That you can really believe a chunk of bone could have caused these things you told me about? If they really did occur?
It was you who inflicted this thing on us, Turnbull. And here... Now you have it back.
Braxton,
I can only hope and pray that I may never see it again.
You honestly believe?
I tell you, sir, those things are incontrovertible proof of the curse it carries.
And I tell you, sir, that you're nothing but a superstitious, doddering old fool. What's more, I'll prove it to you. Let me have the package.
What?
Here now.
Wait a minute. What are you going to do? Turnbull.
Well?
Surely you don't intend to touch that bone.
Why, I thought that's why you brought it here. So I could feel the curse of it, too.
Yes, I did, because I was angry and upset.
Very well, then.
But you mustn't.
Now, aren't you getting a little tired of being foolish about this thing?
Please, I beg of you.
There. Satisfied now?
Good.
Now, watch me. I'll even hold it in both my hand. Rub it against my face, my cheek.
Help you.
Curse, did you say? Why, Bracton, you're crazy.
Turnbull, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know.
You bet I do, Bracton. I'm simply proving once and for all that the only people who are affected by these silly, stupid, childish superstitions are those who believe in them, and I don't. Now that you've seen me defy this so-called curse, you don't have any reason to either. And this will be the proof of it. You will touch it now.
No.
Here you are.
No, please.
I said you'll touch it.
Don't take it away.
Touch it.
I beg of you.
Will you stand still, you blithering... Stand still.
Quite frankly, Mr. Bracton, I don't understand it. I don't understand this at all.
You don't understand what, Doctor?
I had Turnbull in my office for a complete examination not more than 10 days ago. At that time, and I'm sure of it, we overlooked nothing. His physical condition was perfect. But now, well, there's only one way I can report this.
Yes, Doctor.
Death due to natural causes.
Natural causes?
Yes.
No.
No? Now, what do you mean by that, Mr. Bracton?
Nothing, I suppose. Nothing at all.
directed by Fred Hendrickson. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Listen again next week when we return with another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act One of Blackbeard's Ace, starring Elaine Rost and John Thomas, and written especially for Suspense by Jack Buttram. This first portion of Suspense is brought to you by the makers of Marlboro cigarettes. Why don't you settle back and have a full-flavored smoke? Have a Marlboro. You get a lot to like with a Marlboro, the filter cigarette with the unfiltered taste. Try Marlboro.
I had never believed in ESP, extrasensory perception. Oh, I had heard of universities conducting tests of this mental phenomenon, but their studies covered only those messages transmitted from one living subject to another. The messages that came to me were transmitted by the dead. Charles, my husband, was worried about my dreams. And after he finished his last book, he suggested a rest for the two of us on the Carolina coast.
Margot, you remember Aunt Ida? She lives down on the coast near Charleston.
What about her?
Well, she's invited us to vacation in a seacoast cabin she has in her hands. Sound good?
Oh, well, I don't know, Charles. You think we should? With your writing and all, I just have the feeling.
Oh, come on, Margot. She says she can't get a buyer, and the place is just standing idle, so let's go.
Well, all right, honey. You remember the last time we went away. I had that awful dream.
Now, dearest, the doctor said those dreams were all cured. You're as good as new.
Charles, they weren't dreams. They were real. They happened. I know they did.
All right. Whatever they were, they're all gone now. And you do need a change.
All right, dear. I'll go if you really want me to.
That's my girl. Well, we can start packing right away. I'll get my typewriter. Did you get those books from the library?
Yes, I put them on your desk.
Oh, yes, I see them. What about these? The Lore of Piracy and Rascals of the Spanish Main. Where'd you get these?
I don't really know, Charles. I just saw them on the shelf and picked them up. They just seemed interesting. I just sort of felt I wanted to read them.
Uh-huh. Well, they might come in handy at that. That section of the coast is full of pirate stories. We'll probably need a handbook to know one pirate from another.
I won't need a book. No, Charles. I'll know them. I'm sure I'll know them.
Now, how'd you folks happen to buy this place?
Well, we're not buying it, Judge. You see, my aunt acquired this place. What do they call it?
Teacher's Cove?
Yes, Teacher's Cove. Well, she bought it along with some other property about a year ago.
That'd be right after old Hurd died.
Old Hurd?
Yeah, Hurd Simpson. His fella used to own the cove. Right queer old gent. He lived out here all alone. Yeah, I reckon this land went up for taxes right after the accident.
He died in an accident?
Well, the official report said accident. Most folks around here got their own ideas.
Like what?
Well, I saw it myself, and I don't think it was no accident. I usually brought out Hurd's weekly groceries, and when I come out one Saturday morning, he wasn't nowhere about. And I sat and waited a spell, but after a while I got suspecting, so I gets to looking around, and I finds this little trickle coming out from under the door. Looked like somebody dropped a jar of preserves, but it was blood.
Oh, no.
Well, I busted in the door and found old Hurd dead as a hammer. Terrible cut.
Oh.
That's right, ma'am. It wasn't no sight for a lady. The sheriff, he come out and marked it down as an accident because the doors and windows were locked from the inside. But how a fella could cut himself from the shoulder clear down to here by falling on something, especially when we couldn't find nothing that big for him to fall on.
Oh, Charles.
There now, honey, there now. Oh. I'm afraid your little gory tale has frightened my wife.
Oh, no, there's no need to be frightened now, ma'am. That was most a year ago. At least it was about this same time last year, time of the full moon and the highest tide.
Pirate's moon.
Margot.
Yeah, that's right, ma'am. Pirate's moon. I reckon they called it that because of the high tide. They could slip over sandbars and get farther up the inlets to bury their treasure or whatever it is.
Margot, how did you know about a pirate's moon?
I don't know, Charles. Read it in one of those books, I guess.
Well, there's the cove right up ahead.
A nice-looking place. The way you were talking, I expected to see a tumble-down shack.
Oh, Hurt is a pretty good fella keeping the place up. Yeah. Well, here we are.
Certainly is deserted country. We didn't see a single soul on the way out here.
Well, I guess I better help you get set up, huh?
I'll unlock the door if you can start bringing in the bags.
Yes, hurry. Get in before dark. I don't know why, but I just knew we must be inside the cabin with the door locked before dark. There was something that would not be quiet, something inside my brain that was trying to speak to me. I had to shut it out of my mind.
Well, that ought to do it. Hope you folks are comfortable.
Thank you, Jed, for all your help.
That's all right, ma'am.
Here, I'll pay you and see you off.
Goodbye, ma'am.
Goodbye, Jed. Thanks, Jed.
I didn't want to say anything in there, but my wife's been ill.
Oh?
Well, not physically, but, well, she has periods of, well, hearing people who aren't there.
Hearing people?
Do you get what I mean?
Yes, sir. I think so. She's might, edgy?
Exactly. I know we originally arranged for you to come out at the end of the week and pick us up, but I think you'd better come back sooner. You know, if she should have a relapse. Well, I wouldn't want to keep her out here any longer than absolutely necessary.
Well, I reckon I could make it out, the day after tomorrow.
Oh, that'd be fine, Jed. Here's your money for this trip.
Oh, thanks, sir. Oh, Mr. Reed.
Yes?
If I was you, I wouldn't go taking any moonlight strolls. Around Teach's Cove, it's best to be in after dark.
I determined that my husband should see no abnormal sign in me. I laughed. I acted gay. I ignored the feeling and the thoughts that kept trying to force their way into my brain.
Darling, look. Look through the window. How beautiful that sunset. The tops of those clouds are still in the sunlight, the base in the dark.
The way I feel sometimes.
What?
Nothing.
Margot, do you know where I put those books?
What books, dear?
You know, the ones you checked out on pirates.
I didn't pack them, Charles.
No, you didn't, but I put them in myself. Oh, yes. Here they are.
But, Charles,
Well, I thought I'd look up your friend Teach, since this cover's supposedly named for him. Might even do some treasure hunting myself.
Oh.
Look at this map. It was drawn a long time ago. Not labeled, of course, but the general shape seems to correspond with our little inlet out there. I'll bet that's it.
Yes. It is our inlet.
And listen to this, honey. Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard, was a giant of a man standing well over 6 feet and weighing nearly 300 pounds. He was killed in a furious fight in an inlet on the Carolina coast. The secret of his supposed hidden treasure went with him into oblivion. Doesn't that sound exciting?
What was that?
What was what?
I thought I heard a squeaking. Rhythmic. Like an oarlock. As if someone were rowing.
I didn't hear anything. But I'll look. Well, can't say anything now. Must have been your imagination. Oh, let's see, where was I? Oh, yes, right here. His favorite weapon was a cutlass, which could inflict a horrible wound at one blow. There are probably many shallow graves along the coast that attest to Blackbeard's double insurance when concealing treasure. Interesting, don't you think, dear?
I think it's horrible.
Can't you just see it? The treasure's buried. The men start to fill up the gap. And before they can, the giant cutlass flashes twice in the moonlight.
Charles rushed out to investigate that scream. I knew he would find nothing. But at least it was a relief to know I'd not just imagined it. Charles had heard it too. Next morning, there was no indication of the mysterious sounds of the night before. Only a lingering dread in my mind. For I knew that night would fall again.
It's just what we need. Sun, sky.
What about the scream last night?
Well, it's probably a swamp cat or something. We were reading about pirates and such. Our imaginations coincided with a perfectly natural sound.
Charles, imagination? Coincidence?
Well, I don't believe it was Blackbeard's ghost guarding his treasure, if that's what you're leading up to.
I hadn't mentioned it at all.
I just know it's on your mind. Say, what's that over there?
What?
That piece of iron sticking up out of the sand. Looks like part of a small boat's anchor. It's pretty ancient. Let's dig it out.
Charles, I don't think we should.
Oh, for Pete's sake, why? It's broad daylight. Come on. What's this? Looks like a piece of ivory. Heart-shaped. Black diamond shape inlaid in the middle. You ever see anything like it?
No, Charles.
I wonder if it's valuable. It's a funny little thing. Just one hole in it down near the point of the heart.
It's evil, Charles. It's evil. Throw it away.
Oh, Margot, don't get excited over a little bit of ivory. It might be valuable, that's all.
Evil, Charles. It's evil. 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 A planchette. A planchette.
What?
It's an ivory planchette. Used to communicate with the dead.
Take it easy, honey.
The small hole is for the insertion of a writing instrument. There are 2 small casters attached to it. You place it on a piece of paper, let the hands rest lightly on top, and it writes messages. Evil messages. Evil. Evil.
Here, darling. Lie down on the bed. Here's something to drink. It'll help you rest. Make you feel better. There now. Now, what kind of evil messages are you worried about?
What?
You were just telling me about messages from the dead. What were they?
I don't remember.
Well, you just said something about this planchette, right? You don't remember, do you?
No. I really don't know what you're talking about. It's like I blacked out for a moment.
Well, let's see if you were right about that thing. I'll look it up in that pirate book of yours. The glossary. Pirate, right plane. Oh, yes, here. Planchette used in a form of automatism. Especially believed to be used in communication with the dead. You're right, Margot. Absolutely right. Well, by golly, we're going to try.
No, Charles. It's evil. I know that, too. It's evil.
There, baby. Now you just go to sleep. You get some rest.
Charles.
That's my girl. You'll sleep for a few hours. Well, now, maybe the planchette will tell me where Blackbeard's treasure lies. That is, unless his ghost is still guarding it.
Charles, where are you?
Right here, darling.
Charles, the planchette, did you...
No dice, baby. Old Blackbeard just won't tell me where his treasure is. I fixed up the little plaything there, put a pencil in, sat for over an hour with my hands resting on it, waiting for it to write on the paper. Still blank.
I'm glad.
I guess the way those things really work is your muscles finally get tired and you write out the messages that are already in your brain.
Maybe so, Charles. But how do the messages get in your brain in the first place?
Don't ask me. Ask old Blackbeard. You hungry?
No, not very.
You've been sleeping all afternoon. It's already dark.
Is the moon up yet? It should be full tonight.
Why, I hadn't noticed. Why?
You said it wasn't quite full last night. Tonight must be the pirate's moon, with the highest tide. Good night for reclaiming buried treasure.
Yes, I guess so.
I guess I will fix a little something. You had dinner yet?
Just a snack.
Let's see. Where did I put that? Where did this come from? A cutlass. Did Charles put this here to scare me? Does he want to drive me out of my mind? I won't make a scene. I'll just ignore it like it wasn't even there. I won't even mention it. Charles? Did you hear it?
What, dear?
That sound again. Like the rowing we heard last night. Just before the screen.
No, Margot. You're really letting this thing get too big a hold on you.
You didn't hear it?
I didn't hear a thing.
I won't then either. I won't imagine I heard anything. He's trying again. Trying to make me think thoughts that don't belong to me. Telling me I'm hearing things. Oh, Charles. Charles.
Well, I think I'll turn in early tonight. Oh, boy. City boys like me get tired pretty quick in the outdoors.
Yes, it's a good idea, Charles. You need some rest. Yes. You need a rest. After tramping around this afternoon while I was asleep, finding that cutlass, putting it in here to make me think I'm going crazy. Yes. Yes, you sleep. Where is that planchette? Oh, yes, here. Put in the pencil. Now, on the paper. Write out the message that is in my brain. Reveal it to me. Write. They're moving. Writing. K-I-L. Kill? Kill whom? Why? C-H-A-R-L. No. No, why should I kill Charles? He's my husband. He takes care of me. He keeps me... Wait a minute. Does Charles think I'm crazy? Y-E-S.
What was that?
Oh. Did you hear something, Charles?
Yes, I thought I did. Something like we heard last night.
Don't you think it's your imagination, Charles?
There, you must have heard it that time, Margot. Didn't you?
Really, Charles, you've been awfully jumpy lately.
Margot, what's the matter with you?
Nothing, Charles. Absolutely nothing. I've just been using the planchette.
You have? Here, let me see this paper. Is this what the planchette wrote?
Yes.
It says, kill Charles. Yes. Margot, what does this mean? Are you crazy?
I don't know, Charles. Is that what you want me to be? Did you put this in the kitchen so I would think Blackbeard had been here?
Margot, what are you doing with that thing? Put it down. You could hurt yourself.
Do you want me to say I'm crazy, Charles? Do you want me to say that I've been talking to Blackbeard and he wants me to keep you from disturbing his treasure? Is that what you want me to say, Charles?
I don't... Margot, stay back. Put that down. Margot!
Hello, the house. That's funny. Nobody seems to be around. Mr. Reed said I should come out and check on things today. I guess I'll just take a look. Oh, Lord, look at that. Now, there, Miss Reed. There now. I'm here to help you. No use to cry no more right now.
Jen, it's horrible.
Yes, ma'am. It sure is. Now, come on, let's go outside, away from all this, huh? Now, why don't you tell me all about it, huh? How it happened?
I don't know. But the last thing I remember, yesterday, Charles gave me a sedative to make me sleep. I had horrible nightmares all about blood. And this morning I woke and found this.
No, ma'am, it won't do no good to cry no more. It sure is terrible. Terrible cut.
What?
Terrible cut your husband had there. Terrible, just like the one Hurd had.
Hurts him?
Yes, ma'am. Of course, you wouldn't know it unless you've seen them both like I have, but them cuts are almost identical. Exactly alike. What's that you're hanging on to?
This?
Yeah.
I don't know. We found it on the beach yesterday.
Yeah. That's mighty hard to explain. Old Hurd had one of them things, too.
He did?
Yeah. Practically had to pry his fingers off of you. Funny little things, ain't they?
But I thought I thought mine was the only one.
Oh, no, ma'am. Some kind of gambling ship, I reckon, sunk out there a couple of years ago, and ever since then, them things been washing ashore.
Then they're not valuable as antiques or anything.
Oh, shucks, no, ma'am. They got so plentiful around here, folks got to calling them Blackbeard's Ace. Not much use to them, I reckon.
No, Jed. Not much use. Not much use to him at all. Except to Blackbeard.
Suspense. You've been listening to Blackbeard's Ace, starring Elaine Rost and John Thomas, with Bob Dryden as Jed and written especially for Suspense by Jack Buttram. Suspense is produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber, sound patterns by Joe Cabibbo. Listen again next week when we return with The Second Door, written by Robert Reddick, another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. Betty Furness talks about the...
And now, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. Perhaps I'm a coward. I don't know. In the years that have passed, I've never told this story to anyone. I've tried to justify my silence by assuring myself that no one would believe it. But sometimes I feel the guilt. Sometimes I feel it so strongly that I can run out into the street, stop the first man I see, and tell him everything about the White House with the yellow shutters and the brown chimneys. But then I think, why frighten him? Let me go on believing that life is real. Life is earnest. And the grave is not its goal. The Second Door, starring and written especially for Suspense by Robert Reddick. Some time ago,
residence to rent a completely isolated house in the northwestern part of the country. The last leg of the journey there was made in a station wagon. It was very late at night when we arrived, and I instructed the man who drove it to let me off at the entrance to the long driveway, as I wanted to walk up to the house alone. With a heavy suitcase in each hand, I started up the long, gentle slope toward the house. At a point, perhaps 30 or 40 yards on, the road turned sharply to the left, and up ahead it seemed there must have been a patch where the foliage of the overhanging trees seemed less thickly together. For amid the utter darkness, a thin, eerie beam of light filtered down, and in it appeared to be some sort of shape. I had the impression that what I saw at the head of this driveway in the middle of nowhere was a woman, in a bright red dress, seated imperturbably in a chair. And suddenly, after I'd taken but a few steps further, this thing I had been watching moved definitely, clearly. For an instant, I thought an animal, but what was remained until rocking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. After a few minutes, the sound of that squeaking chair slowly faded away. And I made my way onto the house, where I lay awake through the night trying to find some reasonable explanation. As soon as it was daylight, I went back to that spot on the driveway where I found nothing to make the matter more unacceptable. And suddenly, quite distinctly, there was the sound of a man's voice calling out for me.
Hello there!
And quite nearby, a man stepped abruptly out of the driveway, having come apparently along a footpath.
Well, I see you're an early riser, too. Rough time to stay to walk about. My name's Italy. Howard Italy. I thought as long as we were going to be neighbors that I'd... Neighbors? Yes, I assume you've... Lincoln Place?
Oh, yes, I have.
Well, I have the place just north of you.
Well, it was made perfectly clear there wasn't another house around here for miles.
Oh, that's true enough. For miles. Originally, it was sort of a gatehouse. It was cut off, remodeled, and sold to me.
When was this?
This is our 7th year. Of course, we did it on summer.
We?
Yes, my daughter and I. Would you care to walk back with me to my house? I'd like you to meet Marilla.
Tell me something, Mr. Adderley. Your daughter.
Yes?
Does she own a bright red dress?
What a curious question.
Nonetheless, I wish you'd answer it.
Well, I don't know. Why, do you have a preference for women in red dresses?
By no means. Do you have a rocking chair, Mr. Adderley?
A what?
A rocking chair.
You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
No, not at all. Do you have one?
Oh, yes. Yes, we do have a rocking chair.
The Adderley house was a one-story building, white with yellow shutters and 2 small brown chimneys. It sat in the center of a moderate-sized clearing. The surface of this clearing was made up entirely of rock, actually of one enormous rock whose top was flat as a sidewalk and level with the surrounding earth.
Hello.
Yes, Father?
We have a visitor.
Hello. We thought we heard someone drive up last night.
Oh, this is Mrs. Saunders, my daughter Marilla. How do you do?
It's a pleasure, Mr. Saunders. You have no idea how much.
It's strange how attracted this girl and I were to each other from the very first. There was nothing precisely in what she said that would indicate how she felt. There was something unmistakable in her attitude, her manner, and the expression in her eyes.
How long do you plan to be staying up here, Mr. Saunders?
Well, just until I unwind a little, maybe a month or so. Curiously, the only chair in the room was the one that Mr. Adderley had said he owned. I took a step toward it.
No, I wouldn't sit there, Mr. Saunders.
Oh, really? Why not?
Well, it's a little unstable. Some of the rocks are loose.
Oh, I see. It seems rather old.
That chair belonged to my mother. She died last year. My father's sentimental about it.
I hesitated to mention it. Well, Marilla, have you prepared that breakfast for me?
Yes, it's in the kitchen.
Well, then I suggest I get to it. Why don't you and Mr. Saunders take a stroll about and get to know each other?
Shall we?
I'll be working when you get back.
Well, what sort of work do you do, Mr. Adderley?
Dr. Italy.
Oh, really? What, medicine?
Oh, hardly. Of philosophy.
Oh, now let's go. You two can chat another time.
See you later, Mr. Saunders.
Don't you think you'll be a little chilly?
Oh, do you think so? Well, I'll get a jacket.
Through the window, I could see her open the closet. And there, hanging in plain sight, was a bright red dress. I said nothing to her about it, hoping that in some way she'd get around to mentioning it, or at least let something drop that would help explain what I'd seen in the driveway. But she didn't. We strolled about for some time, and she spoke only of inconsequentialities. And when I asked her something specific about her background, she would respond with a non sequitur or direct my attention to some flower or passing bird. But with all, her attitude remained warm and friendly. I might even say inviting. And despite everything, I felt myself being more and more drawn to her. At one point, I couldn't resist the impulse to reach out for her hand.
Don't touch me.
What?
Please.
Well, I don't understand. Why should...
Don't come any closer.
Marilla, what is it?
We'd better go back now.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing. I'm perfectly all right.
I tried to take hold of your hand. You backed away from me as if I were a serpent. Why?
Please,
well, why did you do that? You looked absolutely terrified.
I can't explain.
Can't explain? What?
I don't know why I did
what,
that.
Are you afraid of me?
No.
Well, then give me your hand. Why won't you give me your hand?
Will you? Please, just leave me alone.
She suddenly turned and started to run down the path, and at that exact moment, from a distance, we heard a voice calling out, screaming out rather, as if in anger. The path branched off just ahead, and I ran quickly in the direction of the scream. It was only a short distance to the point that the path came out of the woods, and I found myself on cleared land that surrounded the Lonergan house. And there was no one there. Like the previous night when I'd heard the sound of the rocking chair coming out of nowhere, there was now only this agonizing scream for help. Again and again. Like before, the sound eventually faded away, but not before I had the distinct impression that what I had been listening to was the voice of Dr. Edderly. I started back toward his house, but this time circuitously. To make certain that I wasn't seen, I approached from the rear of the house, and keeping low, I scurried up to a partly open window. Marilla and Dr. Edderly were inside.
It was your suggestion that I walk with him in the woods. If you...
Well, how could I know that you were going to behave like an infatuated adolescent? Of course we're going to touch you. Batting your eyes, talking in whispers. What kind of behavior?
Oh, I didn't know.
Of course you did. It was outright flirtation. And running. Imagine that, running.
What else could I have
You
done?
could have used your wits.
That screaming you did for help.
It was the only possible way to distract him. I'd rather he was puzzled over that than have him discover the whole truth from you. Now, I'm going down to his house and see if I can double talk our way out of this. Don't leave here until I get back.
For a moment, Marilla stood in the open doorway, and then she turned and went to the bend of a long hallway where there were two heavy doors. She unlocked the nearer one and went in. Then, as quietly as possible, I made my way around to the front of the house and down the hallway to the door that Marilla had gone to. It was slightly ajar, and I could see most of the room with no difficulty. At one side, there was an enormous workbench completely strewn over with an infinite assortment of tools and electronic equipment. There were wires, tubes, lights, and meters. Marilla was seated before what at first appeared to be an ordinary television set. But there were curious labels above the three knobs that she was carefully adjusting. They read, respectively, latitude, longitude, and altitude. She flicked a switch, and an image appeared on the screen. It was undoubtedly the Lonergan house. And it was a remarkably acceptable illusion, not only because the image was sharp and the coloring perfect, but because, astonishingly, the house was reproduced in its full dimensions. The object had roundness, depth, perspective. Except reduction in size, every detail seemed as credible, as palpable as the original. It seemed as if you could reach in and pick the very flowers in its stem. I stood for a time watching this, fascinated by it, until Dr. Edderly came into view, crossing the lawn, approaching the porch.
Mr. Saunders! Mr. Saunders, are you at home?
His voice was entirely free of the usual amplification sound of electronic speakers. It was as clear as the miniature image of him that walked up to the door and knocked. And getting no answer, he went back toward the woods. At this point, Marilla must have heard me move slightly, for she suddenly turned, and in one motion she clicked off the stand and came to us. That device, did he invent that?
You mustn't stay here. He's something like that.
He doesn't even seem to have an electronic speaker in that thing. Are there cameras, microphones, or does he merely twist those knobs?
Oh, if he finds out that you've seen it.
Why is he keeping this a secret?
It's not perfected.
Is that true?
Yes.
Listen to me. You seem to be frightened by something that's going on around here. I know that I am, and I want to know what it is. Now, I also want to help you. There isn't much I can do if you won't tell me the truth. Now, what's in that other locked room? In the room next to this.
My father works in there.
Well, I'm sure he does, but at what? What does he work at in there?
Can't tell you that.
Why not?
Because it's really his affair.
But you do know what it is.
Yes.
You're going to unlock that door, Marilla. And you are going to unlock it now.
Oh, please.
Well, go on, Marilla. Won't you oblige the gentleman? When a man is as curious about something as all that, I don't think he should be kept in frustration. Marilla, give me the key.
Father, what are you
Give it to me. Now, Mr. Saunders, if you'll just step this way. We walked to the second door where Dr. Adderley inserted the key in the lock. And opened it. I looked into a very small room, the four walls and ceiling of which were made entirely of frosted glass. And there was nothing else. It was empty. On the outside of the door, there was a panel, which he slipped aside to reveal 3 knobs like the others I had seen, similarly labeled latitude, longitude, and altitude. Actually, Mr. Saunders, there are microscopic perforations in the glass to admit air. Now, would you be good enough to give me the name of a place some distance away? A place? Anywhere you choose, anywhere on Earth.
Someplace I would like to see?
No, Mr. Saunders. Someplace you'd like to be.
I had no intention of stepping inside Dr. Adderley's glass cubicle, but I was curious to see what might appear on the screens. And I gave him the general location of the New England farm where I was born. Alongside the hallway, there was a series of bookshelves held a selection of highly detailed atlases and charts, and from one of these we determined the exact location of the farm. Then he carefully adjusted knobs. I watched from the doorway as the glass began to glow with colored light. And then, suddenly before me, what was for all the world an actual picture. Trees and sky, flowers and grass, and in the distance a barn with a steeple leaning like the Tower of Pisa. That barn, I played there when I was a child. Involuntarily, I must have taken a step toward it. I heard Marilla's voice.
John, don't go in there.
Be quiet. I turned around and I saw that Dr. Adderley had a gun in his hand.
Here you are. Enjoy yourself. Play in the barn again, Mr. Saunders.
And now I was completely engulfed in this farmland scene. It was astonishing. It was as if I were a very part of it. If I had somehow awakened here, never having seen those blank glass walls, I would have completely believed that I was standing in this open country.
Hey, you got some, mister?
I turned. I saw a farmer standing what seemed to be about 10 yards away.
Something I can do for you?
Well, no,
What you doing here?
Well,
Lose your way?
Well, not exactly. You see,
Well, go on.
Well, I was born here. My family used to own this place. I just thought I'd look...
Take a look around.
Yes.
What's your name?
Gordon Saunders. My father was...
Dan Saunders. I heard of him. He had the place 30 years ago.
That's right.
Want to see the house?
Well,
Then come on.
turned his back and walked away.
Bring that rake along, will you?
It was lying on the ground near my feet. I bent down. But my hand didn't close about the handle of the rake as it would have ordinarily, but rather passed right through it as if it weren't there. Nothing but sounds and images projected across the continent.
You coming?
No. I'd rather be by myself. I'll just take a little walk around, if you don't mind.
Suit yourself. We'll be up at the house if you change your mind.
Well, thank you very much. And he turned and walked further away. He went on. Then suddenly there was the sound of a key, and the door opened back into Dr. Adderley's hallway. Somehow, in an effort to save me, Marilla must have managed to get the key and gun away from her father. Had quickly opened the door of the cubicle and thrown the gun down the length of the long hallway. As I came out, she was grappling with him, keeping from reaching at him. Before I'd taken 2 steps toward them, he'd broken loose and was running for the gun. It was obvious that he'd reached it before either of us, and in a moment we'd both be helpless. I had a revolver in my suitcase at the Lonergan place, and I knew that our only chance was for me to get it. I ran out of the house and into the wood. I got the gun and rushed backward toward the house. I stopped just short of the clearing. I walked carefully to the edge. yellow shutters and the two small brown chimneys. Was no more. It had vanished completely, non-conscious. I walked out into the clearing, bewildered, shocked, hardly able to accept the evidence of my senses.
How do you know, Mr. Saunders, that all of life is not an illusion?
I didn't even bother to turn or look about, for I knew I'd see nothing. Can you hear me, Marilla?
Yes, I can hear you. I can see you.
Are you all right?
Perfectly all right.
The house was never really here, was it?
I'm afraid not.
Nor were you. Walk in the woods, Marilla?
Like your visit with the farmer.
And it was you in the dress?
Yes. I'm sorry.
I was doing some experiments. There was a short circuit and the image appeared in the driveway.
And when I tried to touch your hand, Marilla, in the woods?
You moved away. We were careful that you never actually touched anything connected with us. Ourselves, the rocking chair, even the doors of the house were held or left open for you.
The floor?
What you felt under your feet was the same rock you're standing on now. What you saw was the illusion of floorboards. No, nothing's touched. As yet, we have 5 senses, haven't we, Mr. Saunders? You were quite beguiled by the use of only 2. Well, I expect I had no particular difficulties with odors and tastes. But the sense of touch... You'd be interested to know that I've begun my experiments with the sense of touch, Mr. Saunders, and with very encouraging results. I've considered conducting another experiment now, with you as the subject. With you, and with a bullet from my gun. Marilla has pleaded your case. She's convinced me that you're too sensible to tell anyone about all this, that no one would believe you.
I don't imagine they would.
She's also promised never to try to get in touch with you. And, of course, I have a way of keeping an eye on you, don't I?
That house actually does exist somewhere.
Yes? But you won't try to find it, will you, Mr. Saunders?
And, of course, your name isn't Adderley.
I should think not. You know, I've thought of an interesting experiment we might conduct in the place of the one with the bullet. Marilla, I thought that since you've become so fond of our friend that you might want to say your last goodbye with a proper finality, that you might want to say it with a kiss.
For a moment or two, there was silence. And then I heard Marilla's voice, very close, almost in a whisper.
I've never heard your first name. Would you tell it to me now?
It's Gordon.
Bye, Gordon.
And then I felt Marilla's lips on mine. Tender pressure that lingered on my lips for a moment. And then was gone.
And now, Mr. Saunders, now that I have given you your life, would you tell me in return if you felt Marilla's kiss?
Yes, I did.
Clearly, unmistakably.
It was in every sense the kiss of a lovely woman.
Except this. Except what?
That it was cold, Doctor. Cold as death.
Suspense. You've been listening to The Second Door, starring and written especially for Suspense by Robert Reddick. Produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Sound patterns by Walter Otto. Heard in tonight's story were Barbara Cassar as Marilla, Paul McGrath as Dr. Ederlich, and Bob Dryden as the farmer. This is Stuart Metz speaking. Listen again next week, and we return with Hide and Seek, by Bob Corcoran. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. Now, from Suspense and from CBS radio network stations everywhere, anniversary greetings to radio station KSL, Salt Lake City, marking its 40th year of operation today. To 50,000-watt KSL, affiliated with CBS Radio since 1962. Many more years of success. This is the CBS Radio Network.
And now, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act One of Hide and Seek, starring Jackson Beck and William Redfield, and written especially for Suspense by Bob Corcoran. This first portion of Suspense is brought to you by the makers of Marlboro cigarettes. Why don't you settle back and have a full-flavored smoke? Have a Marlboro. You get a lot to like with a Marlboro, the filter cigarette with the unfiltered taste. Try Marlboro.
The lost soul cry of a lake steamer fell into the sleeping Chicago street like a wet feather, sending out ripples of fear that washed against a dandy man who would soon die. A nerve kept jumping under his eye. His hands were sticky. He stared out the window, forcing himself to go through the routine he created. He'd stop at the all-night cigar store, no matter how late, and have his shoes shined so he could go home with a clean pair. It was one of the reasons they called him Dandy. But he wasn't enjoying it tonight, and never would again. He came off the shoe-shine chair like a dancer, moved to the door of the store. Nothing either way. A $50 glittered in the light and disappeared as the boy snapped it out of the air.
Thanks, kid. Thank you, Mrs. Angeles.
The street stretched ahead. Parked cars, empty. Some old newspaper blowing. Big city tumbleweed. Dandy caught his reflection in a store window and had to stop in spite of his nervousness and desire to get away. The practiced hand rolled the brim of his hat, and the Windsor knot of his tie got pushed to perfection.
Yeah.
No wonder they called him Dandy. Neat as a pin. Even his fingernails. Dandy thought of that afternoon, and his mouth twisted in self-disgust as he cut across the street and hurried on, keeping near the curb and watching the shadows. A jerk play. Like a luck-happy punk instead of a professional gambler. Just a few more blocks to go and nothing had happened. He felt a little easier, but he had to get 1,000 fast. Bigelow didn't like guys who played and then didn't make good on the sour ones. He had a long list of things he didn't like, and that was on top. Dandy knew that when he made the bet that afternoon.
You got it, though, ain't you, Dandy?
Yeah, sure, Ed. I just ain't got it on me.
If you pick a cruller, I want that money.
Sure, Ed.
I want it fast.
Hey, what am I, the thief of Baghdad? I always been good, ain't I?
Yeah, you always been good, Dandy. It's just we're friends. I don't want you should welch on me, that's all.
I ain't no Welcher.
I know a guy wasn't no killer. So he knocked off a guy.
I won't welch, Ed.
That's good. Because if you did, I'd lose a friend. And all your friends would lose a friend. Permanent.
Okay. Don't worry. It's a sure thing.
The horse finished fifth. Nowhere. But he'd get the money. Sure. Take maybe a week. Guys forget your name fast when you're broke. But nothing to worry about. His hotel awning invited him just ahead. Maybe he'd get out of town for a few days. Not that there was anything to be afraid of, just hedge his bet. Play it safe. He breezed into the hotel lobby. Thank God it was empty. Then the ripples of fear came back when he saw the scared-faced kid at the desk.
What's the matter, Herbie?
There's a guy waiting for you. He's in your room. He belted me and took the key. He told me not to tell the cops or you nothing. But you always been nice to me.
It's all right, Herbie. It's all right. What's he look like?
Oh, he's a real big guy. Fat but big.
Thanks, kid. I'll make it up to you later.
He fought to keep calm. No time to turn into a panic man. Stiff-armed the door and got into the street. His hand measured the few bills in his pocket. He wondered how far they'd take him. Bigelow was closing in. Then a piece of shadow split away from the wall.
Hello, Dandy. Did the kid tell you about Bigelow's friend waiting for you inside?
I don't know what you're talking about.
But not about the one waiting outside, huh?
The man was tall and thin, skinny even. He looked as if they'd made his face, forgotten a mouth, and then torn one. Dandy tried to move around him.
Let's get my buddy, then we'll go see it. When I say move.
Dandy fought his fear as he watched the elevator arrow swing down. He was tall and fat. His eyes looked as if someone had tried to hide 2 grapes in some dirty grease.
You got him. Good. Yeah, he was taken off. This punk here must have told him you was in his room.
You do that, punk? Huh? Don't matter, we got him. You're gonna keep your mouth shut about this, ain't you?
Please, leave him alone.
Shut up, dandy man. I won't save you for Bigelow. Kid, you say anything, this is just a sample of what you'll get. Let's go.
Where are we going?
Ed Bigelow wants to talk to you.
What's Ed want with me?
Did you hear that, Earl?
A conical tin shade hung over the desk. Everything had a coating of dirt, as if Bigelow had the place sprayed with it. Dandy was very careful not to touch or rub up against anything.
Nice to see you, Dandy. It's always nice to see you. Always so sharp. The dandy man. Suit must have cost you plenty. Me, I'm just a slob. No $200 suits for me. A ready-made from Joe the Tailor in Madison. Just a slob. But I pay my debts. Where's my money, Danny?
Well, you see, Ed,
No conversation. I can get that any time with the boys here.
But I want to tell you...
You got the 1,000? Yes or no?
Oh, now listen, Ed.
Answer like he says.
We don't like to be rough, Dandy. We're friends. What's the answer?
No, I ain't got it.
No.
I can get it for you, Ed. I ain't no Welsher. I mean, ask anyone in town.
You told me you had it.
I figured wrong.
How come you figured wrong?
I didn't know how far I'd gone. I laid out a lot of bets.
The whole roll, huh? Kiss in the dark. You too can be a winner.
Anybody can play.
And you did it on my market, Danny.
Well, not all of it.
1,000 of it. I don't like to be played for no chump. I don't like you should be gambling with my money.
Just, give me a week. 7 days. 6. 5 even. Tomorrow I'll have it.
Chicago's hard in reputations, Dandy. One guy does it to me, and maybe some others think I'm losing my grip. It'd be bad if word got around somebody played me for a patsy. Ain't that right, fellas?
Yeah, like you say.
I shouldn't have spread the bet so thin. Should have kept out a little. Left to pay off Ed Bigelow.
I'll get it, I tell you.
Point is, you should have had it. Like you said.
Oh, Ed, what's 1,000 to you? You got...
Ain't no use, Dandy. Like they say down at the courthouse, you gotta be made an example of.
You wouldn't kill me.
I don't want to be hard. I'll tell you what. I'll leave it up to the boys. Blast them.
Take the bloom off the dandy man.
Get him out of here.
Now, take that watch, Dandy. You won't be needing it.
I'll match you for it.
Sure, I ain't greedy. We're, going out to the Forest Preserve, huh? A nice drive into the country.
Oh, it's peaceful out there. You'll get a nice rest.
You're caught.
A joker.
Yeah, we go down Clark Street, see? North Avenue, and then west to the country. We park a little, and we come back. Me and Lloyd, that is.
Out North Avenue, right through the old neighborhood. His mind raced ahead. Forgotten details of dirt and squalor struggled forward from the shadows where he pushed them. The streets, the alleys. Then it hit him. The police station on Black Hawk. If he could get out of the car, run to the station. He'd have to make the break when the car was moving, time it just right. There was only one street that cut into North Avenue that'd do him any good, Sedgwick. Then halfway down the block, into the alley, and through the vacant lot at the end. The car couldn't follow. Then a half block more to the police station, and he'd be safe. And then suddenly he saw the battered old black on yellow sign as the car entered the intersection. Sedgwick. Dandy hit the door, then the street, bent over, running, crawling into a tin newsstand. Then he was on his feet, running. The car wrenched around like a giant crab and then leaped down the street. They didn't shoot. Dandy's hand hooked a no parking sign, and he swung into the alley without slowing. And he knew something was wrong. He looked up and saw. There was a building at the end of the alley where the vacant lot had been. He whirled around. The warehouse stretched back to the street on one side. The other had store backs. Solid. No fences. The backbone of the elevator track cut over the end of the alley. A dirty bulb burned on the warehouse fire escape that crawled up the side of the building like a steel vine. Dead. Just out of reach. He pivoted and ran back to the back of the alley. Softly. Hide and seek. Now, he'd played it here before. It was a restaurant that blocked the alley. As he moved in among the garbage cans, his nose wrinkled. Two shadows moved along the warehouse wall, bottling him up. There were 4 garbage cans, then a space, then some more. The shadow was deepest right behind them. Dandy knelt down, then slid out flat. His soft, manicured hands quivered from what he felt under them. He tried to hold his breath.
Let's get him.
You might be any place in there.
Well, you could stay here and I could look.
He's too fast. I don't want to shoot at a distance. Bigelow's paying us to be sure. I want to put the gun right in the middle of that suit and burn it. Go for him now, there'd be too much noise.
Well, maybe an elevator comes along and covers the noise.
Still a chance. Danny ain't worth it.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, there was a drugstore back where he jumped out. Call Frank. Tell him to bring another guy. And I'll be quiet and sure. We can go on out to the country like Bigelow wants it.
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute. You want to come out now? It'll be easier. If we gotta go to a lot of trouble, it's gonna make us mad.
The skinny man took a drag on his cigarette. Dandy could see it wink and then glow bright red. The long finger flipped it in a gentle arc over the cans into the deep shadows. It hissed and went out as it hit the muck.
We'll use them on you, Dandy. We'll cook you, a little at a time.
You love it. Stall. Pray for a break.
But you're playing smart, Dandy. Take off. If he tries to go past me, the shots won't make no difference. I'll pick you up in the corner heading north.
Okay.
Hey, get some cigarettes. We want to have plenty.
And Dandy remembered. He'd get out after all. The 100-to-1 shot suddenly turned into a boat race. He remembered when he was a kid. The cops would come along on their way to the station. Sure, that wouldn't be changed. It was routine. Cops never change routine. They get fat on it. When the cops came, he'd holler. And they'd get the two who'd been pushing him around.
Go ahead. Wait. Fat man.
I'll be right over. I got the cigarettes and matches. Lots of matches.
They're playing hard to get.
He's gonna wish he hadn't.
Dandy grinned as he thought of the cops, and then suddenly realized how much his back ached from holding his head out of the slop and tin cans. He thought of his suit and his shirt and his hand-painted silk tie, and what his friends would say if they could see Dandy DeAngelis laid out in this sewer. The smell flooded in on him, and he gritted his teeth. He didn't want to lie in that, too. It was the first time he'd ever wished he was on an elevated. But the cops would be here any second. He didn't know what made him turn his head. He just lifted his cheek off his hand and swiveled his head around. Oh! The skin went tight all over his body, and he almost screamed and jumped up, but instead, he froze and stared. Just 2 feet away, its head just emerging into the light, was an enormous rat. He hated them. Worse than anything, he hated them. When he was a kid, he'd always been afraid of them. They were the old tenement, the dank hallways and crowded rooms, the dirty smells that got into your skin and stayed there. He'd been bitten as a boy and never gotten over it.
Oh, what am I gonna do?
He thought he'd left all that behind him, but he hadn't. Dandy DeAngelis, the dandy man, lying in filth, staring at a rat. If he made a sound, they'd move in on him. And then the matches and cigarettes and gun in the stomach.
Easy, dandy boy. Easy.
If it meant his life, he'd stay there with a rat. Sure.
What can I do? What can I do?
It moved a few inches into the light, hugging the garbage can on the other side of the open space. It was a foot long and heavy. He remembered when he was a kid and they'd kill one. The filth and the fleas. That had been bad enough. But then, rats were dirty shadows that hugged the wall and ran. This one was on the same level with him, hugging the same wall. He'd come down a long way.
Anytime you're ready, Dandy. I guess he likes playing in that mess.
There was a little breeze, and he saw the fur on its back move. He felt sick again. It hunched itself around. Dandy started back in spite of himself, in spite of the men waiting for him to make a sound. It didn't run at his slight motion. Dandy held his breath. He was so close to it, he could even see the rings on its tail. It moved again, and this time faced right at him. The beady eyes seemed to stare right into his own. The thin-skinned ears stood upright and straight, and Dandy could see the fleas crawling. It lifted its head, and Dandy saw the teeth that never stopped growing but get worn down and sharpened all the time. The spot on his hand where he'd been bitten as a kid started to burn.
Get away. Get away.
Dandy tried to move back. He was afraid to scare it for fear it would scuttle off over the cans and bottles and attract the two waiting to kill him. He reached out to the side and back, and his right hand closed on a milk bottle. He gripped the neck and slowly, watching the rat, brought the bottle up beside his head, his arm cocked. He stayed there, trying not to jump up and run away from it, trying to wait for... He hadn't been watching.
Keeping those guys. They say they'd be right over. Take it easy. You're getting anxious to get your hands on the punk, huh?
And get it over with.
Dandy realized with relief that he'd have heard the cops if they'd gone by. They were always loud, but they'd better hurry. He swung his head slowly back to the rat. As he did, his skin crawled. If there was one rat, there were one more. He looked to the side, dreading what he would see. But there was nothing. It moved toward him. He stopped breathing and waited, and hunched there, watching him. Maybe it thought he was dead. He'd heard about dead people and rats. Maybe it wanted the warmth. It crouched there, evil, foul, staring at him.
No.
Dandy forgot the men in the alley, the burning cigarettes, and the gun held close to his belly. He forgot the cops who were going to come any minute if he'd just lie quietly as he was. All he could think of was that he was Dandy DeAngelis, lying there in front of a rat. The old neighborhood was still there, waiting for him all these years. He hadn't gotten away after all.
No.
But he would get away. He swung the bottle, invisible in its speed, swung it with all his might.
No.
Swung it with all the disgust and loathing and hatred that he felt. It didn't break. It hit something soft. He beat it, and beat it, and beat it, and beat it. He didn't hear them as they moved over to him, their guns at his head.
Finished. Free.
Dandy stopped and stood up. He looked down at it as it lay in the light between the cans. It wouldn't bother him anymore. The old neighborhood and the dirt and the smells sank back, away. He dropped the bottle. He tried to wipe his hand.
Look at that. Dandy killed a rat.
Yeah. Now it's our turn.
Suspense. You've been listening to Hide and Seek, starring Jackson Beck and William Redfield, and written especially for Suspense by Bob Corcoran. In a moment, a word about next week's story of Suspense. All of us see the product that comes out of Hollywood. What people like to know, though, is what goes on in Hollywood. The amusing anecdotes, the joys, the heartbreaks, life in this so untypical town. These and many other intriguing subjects provide Ralph Story's weekday Dimension Reports in Hollywood. Listening to this CBS Radio Network feature will bring you information and entertainment of Filmland. Your next date with Ralph Story in Hollywood, tomorrow. Another CBS Radio Network Dimension feature is A Woman's World with Betty Furness. 3 times each day, we send Betty your way. Suspense is produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Sound patterns by Joseph Cabibbo and Don Creed. Featured in tonight's story, Santos Ortega as Bigelow, Larry Haynes as Lloyd, Joseph Julian as Earl, and Jack Grimes as Herbie. Listen again next week when we return with Dagger of the Mind, written by John Robert. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. Phil Rizzuto's Sports Time scores with the fans Monday through Saturday on the CBS Radio.
Now, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act 1 of Dagger of the Mind, starring Claire Neeson and Leon Jenney, and written especially for Suspense by John Robert.
In my dream, I was lost on a dark road after Rhonda. I ran, and suddenly there were signs pointing everywhere and nowhere. I moved closer, frantically looking for these signs, the direction I must take. And then I touched one, and it came alive. alive to my touch, Doctor. It was a thing. A thing with two faces. An angry face. Face of hate. And a smiling face. A smiling face that deceived. It called my name and I screamed. That was my dream. You've got to help me, Dr. Rondo.
You must help yourself, Vicky.
But how? How?
Find some activity, some useful interest. Your only affliction is idleness. A slight case of middle age.
I don't understand, Doctor.
Your days are idle. Housekeeping is not enough to keep you busy, so your imagination works. It works and it breeds fears, suspicions, foolishness.
Now you're treating me like a child, Doctor.
I knew you as a child.
I know.
Believe me, Vicky. Find something to do and you will no longer dream of signposts that disappear.
Please.
Goodbye, Vicky. I'm sorry, but I must make another call.
Evasions and lies. Lies, as if I were a child. But I understood my dream. The thing with two faces was Walter. My husband. Walter mocking me. Two-faced Walter. Hating me behind his hypocritical smile. I had proof of Walter's shameful pretense the following morning. Going somewhere, Walter?
Yes, to the office.
On Saturday?
The new sales campaign has us all on the jump.
We have theater tickets for tonight. I'll have dinner ready early.
Theater tickets? Oh, I'd forgotten. Can I beg off, Vicky?
You have other plans for tonight, too?
Oh, just to talk shop with some of the staff. Why don't you make it a twosome with Helen?
I made it a twosome with Helen the last time. And the time before, Walter.
Now, let's not have another quarrel.
We lived together. But we never part, Walter. I'm married and I'm alone. Why, Walter?
Oh, come now. It's not as bad as you
It is as bad as that. Why, Walter?
Well, you're magnifying things now. Stop being foolish. Call Helen so that extra theater ticket doesn't go to waste.
At breakfast the following Monday morning, I got a clue to where Walter was really spending his time. And with whom.
I'm bringing a dinner guest home with me tonight, Vicky.
Oh? Who?
A business associate. Her name is Martha Coles. Oh, and Vicky, I want dinner tonight to be an event.
She's that important to you?
Well, she could be. Martha's quite influential in the firm. You know, the right word from Martha to the proper party, that kind of thing. She'll really outdo yourself,
A business associate. How transparent. Shameless liar, the cheat. He was bringing her home with him. To flaunt her. To humiliate me. She came that night. Young, as I was old. Young with a face and figure that turned men's heads. I watched Walter's eyes adore her at dinner.
Another helping of something, Martha?
Well, where do I get another stomach? Watched Walter's eyes melt into hers over champagne. The champagne deserves a toast, Walter.
All right, a toast. That Forrester Williams account. May the dear benevolent fates earmark it Walter Kent.
Business after hours. Walter, you've a horribly one-track mind. I was sick of it. Ignored. As if I didn't exist. If you two will excuse me.
Oh, is something wrong, Vicky?
I have a headache. I'm going to lie down. Good night, Miss Coles. Well, good night, Vicky. I'll be fine. But thank you for your concern. And please stay as late as you like. Don't let me spoil your fun. But I didn't lie down. I listened and I watched. I watched them dance. I listened to their laughter. I watched them whisper closely, mouth to ear, like old confidants, like lovers. Later, when a taxi had called to take her away, Walter pretended great overwhelming fatigue.
I'm beat. Martha's all right, but she's worrying. I thought she'd never go home.
Right. But his eyes weren't pretending. The truth was right there, in his eyes. I was to be cast aside, but suddenly. Neglect, estrangement, loneliness. That was their method. That and other cruelties, like anniversaries that came and passed, emptily and drearily.
Mrs. Vicky Kent?
Yes?
A package for you.
Sign here. Right here? Yes, that's right, ma'am. Thank you. It was a gift from Walter. A monogrammed cigarette case. An anniversary gift from Walter. Our 20th anniversary. Ordered and delivered without warmth of feeling. Delivered in personally by an office boy. And then, one day, not long after, the subtlety dropped. A newspaper left purposely on the bedroom bureau for me to read, left open to a personal column where an item must catch my eye. Sailing tonight for Paris on the ocean liner Champlain. Lovely lady executive Martha Coles. Well, Martha Coles was going abroad. But not alone, as I soon discovered. Hello?
Vicky?
Yes, Walter?
Look, something important just came up. I have to go abroad for several weeks.
When, Walter?
Right away, tonight on the Champlain.
You had no idea you were sailing until now, Walter?
Not the slightest. Bronson was supposed to go, but...
But what, Walter?
Well, he had a sudden appendicitis attack.
So?
So I have to go to his place. Say, why this cross-examination?
Oh, I think it's strange, but...
Oh, come on, Vicky. Look, I haven't the time to argue.
Shall I come to see you off?
Well, you're due at that bridge party tonight, aren't you, with Helen?
You'd rather I went to Helen?
Well, sailing's you're a bore. I won't get to the Champlain until the very last minute, but make your own choice. Goodbye now.
Goodbye, Walter. Life. Tissue of life. I didn't go to see Walter off, but I went to see her off. Vicky! What a pleasant surprise. I read you were sailing. I thought I'd bid you bon voyage. How nice. Sorry, I've nothing to celebrate with. Nothing liquid, I mean. A cigarette? Oh, I have some here, thank you. What a stunning cigarette case. An anniversary gift. Nice? Thank you. Sailing for business or for pleasure? Business, mainly. Oh, too bad it isn't just pleasure. Walter's aboard, too. What? On this ship? What didn't you know? Well, no, I had no idea. Martha. What, yes, but you love Walter. What did you say? You love my husband. This trip you're taking together is just another humiliation for me. You're insane. You'll not have it your way. That's why I came. To see that you don't. Vicky, wait. Please. She lay at my feet. The bullet had been lost in the noises that threw out their wells. I went home, getting freer than I had felt for so long. The weight in my heart wasn't hard to bear now. I'd murdered Martha Coles. But it wasn't murder. It was justice. Martha Coles was dead now. Sacred things could remain sacred. I'd killed, but I had no guilt. No guilt at all.
Vicky?
What?
Vicky, are you still awake?
Walter.
Hello. Surprise.
Yes, of course. The Champlain?
Sailed its merry way without me.
Well, how come?
Bronson evidently was just imagining his appendicitis attack.
Casual, Walter, about Martha Coles. You were close.
Huh?
In business, honey.
Close? Frankly, Vicky, and with all respect to the dead, she was an important woman, yes, but frightful bore. Liar.
That's a hypocritical liar. 2 days later, over breakfast, Walter really began his amphibious persecution of me.
According to the newspaper, Turner is being remarkably reticent about the Martha Coles murder.
Reticent, Walter?
It's been 48 hours now, but no statement. That certainly means something.
Why should that mean something, Walter?
When he's at a complete loss, Turner runs off at the mouth. He bombards the press with releases. But when he's really got a clue, Turner clams up. Gets very non-committal.
Suppose there isn't a clue.
Oh, there always is, you can be sure. Some chance passerby who saw the murderer come or go, or an incriminating article lost or overlooked in the panic of escape. There's always something. The trick is to find it.
Did Walter suspect me? His incessant talk about Turner, dinning in my ears, catching at my throat. Was it deliberate? Was it? There was a clue. Could there be a clue? A chance passerby who knew me? No, I'd want to bail. Something I thought I overlooked. But what? Not my hat or gloves or handbag. I must remember this. I stood just inside the cabin door just to destroy, just to smoke a cigarette. And then to... just to smoke. A cigarette case. It wasn't in my handbag. Or in my bureau. Or anywhere. Not anywhere. Turner had it. I'd left my cigarette case in Arthur's cabin and Turner, the chief of homicide, had it. And Walter knew everything. About the cigarette case, Turner, me, Walter knew. It was playing cat and mouse, letting me suffer. A long, dreary evening. We sat across from each other in the parlor. We sat in silence. And he punished me.
Oh, Vicky.
Yes, Walter?
I saw Helen this morning.
Helen?
She said she missed you at that bridge party the other night.
The other night?
You forgotten? No, that was the sale. The same night Martha...
Oh, I decided I was tired of bridge.
Find something better to do? I asked if you find something better to do.
Yes. Something much better.
Watch the movie?
Yes, the movie.
Oh, what picture did you see?
Oh, something I don't remember. Oh, why this Inquisition, Walter?
Inquisition? Vicky, are you feeling all right?
Questioning me hardly, like a detective. Questioning, punishing me, night and day. At night in the parlor and in the morning at breakfast.
More coffee, please, Vicky. Aren't you breakfasting?
No.
That's every morning for a week now. No breakfast. Aren't you overdoing the diary?
I'm slender. My measurements haven't changed in 20 years. I haven't added 1 ounce. But you see me as obese.
What? Hey, hold on a minute.
I'm wrinkled. Crow's feet here, around the eyes. But I can't help that.
You're really in the dumps. I had no idea. Well, by the way, it isn't crow's feet, definitely not. They're smile wrinkles. And very attractive. You were all smiles once. What's happened to that girl? Where'd she go?
She died. Of neglect. After once a month, she withered away.
Without the warmth? Oh, I get it. That crack was aimed at me. The unfeeling husband, the insensitive, self-glutting brute. How you try to make that characterization fit. You really got me built to go inside.
Stop it. I can't stand any more of your pretense. Or I can't stand any more of it.
If you can possibly calm down so we can talk, get things straight. All right. Some other time.
No. Not some other time. Now. We'll talk now, Walter. And no more lies.
Lies? I can't remember a time or occasion. Why in the name of Hannah would I ever want to lie to you?
I warned you. No more lies, Walter.
Vicky, put that gun away.
You were in love with Martha Cole.
I what?
You were in love with Martha Cole.
Vicky, that's crazy. Now put that gun away.
You loved her. You'll never forget her. Now confess.
You're insane, son.
Walter. I can't stand being lied to anymore.
Confess to an insane idea. I
can't stand being lied to anymore.
Vicky, you're
Walter was on the floor dying. But I didn't really care. You're dying, Walter. But you don't have to go alone in death. There's Martha. Yes. Reach out for her hand. Go ahead. The hand of the corpse you remember so well.
You're insane.
No more lies, Walter. You don't need to lie anymore. You're free now. Martha is yours. For all eternity.
Yes. It was you. You murdered Martha Gold. You were the one.
You knew that all along, didn't you, Walter? But first I was to be punished. First I was to be tortured. First my mind was to be filled with fear over a missing monogram cigarette case.
A monogram cigarette case?
Yes.
Oh, you...
The gift for 20 years of marriage. Presented to me tenderly by an office boy. That was the clue I left in Martha's cabin. There's always a clue, isn't there, Walter?
Your cigarette case is in my coat pocket. Well, I'll see.
In your coat pocket?
I took it to have work done on it.
Work done on it? Work done on it? What work done on it, Walter? What work?
Diamond cut ruby set in it. And an inscription. To my dear wife on our 20th anniversary. Oh, Vicky. See how wrong you were. How wrong you were about everything.
I watched him die. And his eyes grew round. He stared at me. His eyes stared at me. Open and deaf. Wide in reproach. But I believed him. A dying man doesn't lie. But I believed him. Too late. And for the first time, I believed him.
Suspense. You've been listening to Dagger of the Mind, starring Claire Neeson and Leon Janney, and written especially for Suspense by John Roberts.
And now, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act One of That Real Crazy Infinity, starring Jack Grimes and Richard Holland, and written especially for Suspense by Dick W. Dowling.
What do we do now, man?
Oh, I don't know. Gotta dig up some loot somewhere. We still got our horns.
Yeah, but do we blow them or hock them?
We're gonna find a hot shop in this town.
Oh, man, this is a real drag.
Yeah. All I want now is to get back to New York. What we need is one fast gig that pays enough bread for traveling expenses.
Why don't we check with that tomato behind the counter and see what the scoop is around here?
Crazy. Hey, baby.
Yeah, what'll it be, Jen?
2 more coffees, please, huh?
You got 'em.
Hey, honey, what's the best way to pick up a fast buck in town here?
Make a fast grab.
Yeah, this kid is not a Lenny Bruce.
Oh, just a touch of humor, boys. Say, what kind of work can you do?
Well, we're musicians. We like to earn bus fare back to New York.
Well, ain't much call from musicians around here, except maybe for church socials now and then.
Wow.
Any other kind of work?
Well, there's strawberry picking over at Tanner's farm.
Yeah, no, thanks. By the way, when is the next bus to New York, huh?
Oh, never. Leastwise, not from here. You gotta go clear over to Centerville, about 60 miles.
Any chance of getting a lift with somebody?
Ain't likely this time of night. Well, maybe in the...
Pardon me, Jenny. I couldn't help overhearing these gents in their predicament. Maybe I can help.
This here's Charlie Olden. Runs the radio shop in town here. Got TV, too.
Oh, that must be a gas.
Yeah, pleased to meet you, Charlie. I'm Bud. This is Lou.
Likewise. Hi. Now, as I see it, you gents could use a couple of dollars and a place to sleep, right?
Right.
Well, I can supply you with both. if you'll do me a little favor in return.
Listen, Clyde, what's the little favor?
Some electronic equipment just came in from New York on special order, and I got to deliver it to a place just out of town. Now, if you boys...
Doggone it, Charlie. I knew you was leading up to that, and I won't let you do it. Pay him no mind here, Jim.
No, you just mind your dishes.
I will not. You got no right tricking these here strangers.
I ain't tricking them. I'm willing to pay.
You mean you'll pay us to deliver this electronic equipment?
Yes. $10 between you, and I'll drive you halfway.
Why halfway?
Aha. Now you're asking, stranger. Go on, tell him why, Charlie. I dare you.
Oh, hush up, Jenny. You're worse than my mother-in-law.
All right, what's the gimmick?
No gimmick at all, gents.
Voices from the grave.
What are you talking about, baby?
Voices from the grave. If you do like Charlie says, you'll walk in the land of the dead.
You know this broad is starting to bug me.
Look, let's have a straight story here, huh?
All right, then don't listen to Jenny none. She's like everybody around here. She's scared of nothing at all.
Seems like you're the one scared to live the stuff yourself.
Oh, I ain't no such thing. It's just that I just want to get home early tonight for a change.
Where do we deliver this equipment to?
Just outside town. Norville Hagen's place.
Well, what's with this Hagen? Is he some kind of kook?
Oh, no. He's right friendly. He's just maybe, a little different.
About as different as Dracula.
Oh, now, Jenny, you know that's just a lot of silly talk. You gents want to make that $10 or not?
Well, how about it, Lou?
Well, we need some bread, man, but, I don't dig the Dracula bit.
Look, Lou, suppose this guy Hagen is a flip. There's going to be 3 of us and only one of him, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Look, we got nothing to lose, and we need the bread. Even if it's only 10 beans, I say we do it. Are you with me?
All right, man, but the first time this gig starts to look flaky, I am cooling it.
Good man, Lou. All right, Mr. Olin, you got a deal.
Oh, fine, boys, fine. Now, let's get started. It's getting late.
Sure is an out-of-the-way place.
Yeah, old Norville likes his privacy.
He likes bumpy roads, too.
Oh, Norville don't care. He never comes into town. He just sends down for food and electronic supplies about once a month. Here we are.
Here we are? Where?
All I see is the side of a cliff.
There's a wooden stairway with a handrail. Leads all the way up. Now, let's get the box out of the car.
Kind of dark here, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Now, grab the other end of this box, Lou, and walk straight ahead. You'll come to a stairway.
Man, what's in here, Rock?
Here's the stairway. Now, set it down.
All right, now what?
You fellas start up the stairs. I gotta get something from the car.
Okay, grab that end, Lou, huh?
But how far up do we have to go, man?
We'll see.
Hey, what's he doing?
The money's in your coat pocket. So long, gents, and good luck.
Hey, wait a minute! Hey,
It happened again, man. We were blowing a chorus with no lead.
Oh, we'll never find our way back down there. Well, there's only one place to go. Grab the box, Lou, and let's start climbing.
More coffee, gentlemen?
No, thanks, Professor. 2's my limit.
And you, sir?
Everything is cool, man.
Oh, well, then I shall make some hot coffee for you.
No, man. I mean never mind.
Very well. Well, I'd like to thank you again for bringing my electronic supplies, and I hope you'll be my guests overnight.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'd appreciate it. We don't have a car.
Oh, I assume Mr. Olin drove you here?
Good old Charlie.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know how happy I am to get this equipment. I must replace some tubes in my Infiniphone. It hasn't been working for several days, and I've missed my classical concerts.
You dig classical music?
Oh, yes. I love the old masters. I think of them as dear friends.
I studied a little classical piano when I was a kid. I don't remember much past The Happy Farmer, though.
Oh, yes. Well, then, I must repair the Infiniphone immediately and let you both enjoy some of the great masterworks.
Oh, yeah, that'll be a gasser.
Do you have many records, Professor?
Oh, no, none at all. With the Infiniphone, I don't need records.
I see, it's a radio.
No, not exactly. It's my own invention.
Oh.
Let me explain it to you.
Mm-hmm.
All the sound in our world gradually becomes inaudible and trails off into infinity. I've simply created a machine for tuning in to infinity. Yes. This way I can hear great masterworks in their original form, exactly as they were played centuries ago. Do you understand?
Man, I lost you back there when you were going to heat some more coffee.
Yeah, I think I understand, Professor. You, just tune into infinity and pick up sounds of the past, right?
Yes, that's it, exactly.
Well, that must be an interesting your hobby.
Oh, it's more than that. You see, the classics are my life. As a child, I wanted to be a great musician, but, well, I'm a scientist instead.
Oh, that's how the chorus goes.
Yes. I confess I don't understand much about life in our modern society. Out there in the world, I never seem to do or say the right things. I was considered rather odd.
Well, the world out there is pretty simple, Professor. It's just one big scramble for bread.
Bread?
Yeah, man, like, loot, money.
Oh, yes, I guess that is important.
Yeah, I guess it is, like I guess we have to breathe.
It's the most unpleasant part of life for me, or was. I really don't care anymore. I may soon become part of the great classical past I love so well.
What do you mean, Professor?
I mean, well, all in good time. And now, would you like to see and hear the Infiniphone?
Oh, sure, Professor.
Good. Well, follow me, gentlemen.
We're not going with him, are we? That guy, he's flaky.
Well, let's go along with the gag. Maybe we can hype him out of something that's worth selling.
Yeah, but what do we want to hype a poor old guy like that for?
We're broke is why. Besides, if we play our...
You coming, gentlemen?
Yes, sir. We wouldn't miss this for the world.
By plugging the patch cord into the side panel terminal and turning the selector dial, we can choose any past century or era we wish. Well, go ahead, gentlemen. Try it.
Oh, that's okay, man. I'm a believer.
He said try it. Now go ahead and try it.
Okay.
I've set it for about 46 BC. Now, tune it in.
Et conscriptus populus mandatus est mihi. Mihi Caesaris dux, Caesaris rex.
What was that, man?
I'm afraid it's Julius Caesar again. He's always making speeches.
You mean that was the actual voice of Julius Caesar?
Oh, yes. I recognize him immediately.
Oh, yeah, all right. I'll bite. What's the gimmick?
But there is no gimmick. That's how the Infiniphone works. Well, it's really not so amazing, gentlemen. Why, my new invention, the Infinite Transitor, can actually... well, that can wait. Perhaps if I tune in a later period on the Infiniphone.
Hey, man, this cat sounds familiar.
I should get something worthwhile.
Don't. That's Berrigan. I know that sound anywhere.
That's funny. But I never heard this record before.
Oh, that's no record. That's Berrigan himself. Oh, what a crazy chorus. He's blowing his heart out. Prop, can we record this?
Why, yes, but I don't see why you...
We gotta record it.
It's simple enough. Press that button on the side of the panel. That's it. Yes. It starts a tape recorder in the next room. I'll make sure the machine starts.
Dad, what are you doing this for?
Don't you get it? This will be the greatest discovery in the history of jazz. We'll be able to name our price with any record company in the country, and we'll never run out of materials. Lou, we're rich.
Yeah, but what about the professor?
He'll never know the difference.
Yeah, but what if he thinks what we're doing? We'll blow the whole bit, man.
Then we'll cut him in.
The tape machine is working perfectly.
Crazy.
Now, I hope you gentlemen will excuse me. I must get back to work on my Infinite Transitor.
Hey, you sure? You go right ahead, Professor. Lou, stop worrying. This is it. From here on in, we swing, man. No more crummy club dates, no lousy one-nighters. We're rich, man. We're rich. Hey, Lou, watch the volume of that tape machine. The needle's kicking way over.
Oh, man. Listen to that man blow.
Yeah, Lou, will you pay attention?
Oh, blow, Prince. Oh, listen to that.
Watch the needle on that machine, Lou. Lou, will you take off those headphones and just watch the needle, huh?
Oh, sorry, Bud. Oh, but, man, dig that phrase. Oh, go, man. Go.
You're going to go right out that window. You loused up 2 recordings this week. Come on, Lou, get with it.
Well, gentlemen, another pleasant dinner, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And now we pour the tea. Lou?
Oh, thank you.
And Bud?
Swell, thanks.
And myself.
Peachy.
Now, my pipe. You know, gentlemen, it's been some time since I really enjoyed my pipe this way. I must say it's been pleasant having you with me these past few weeks.
Oh, we're glad we came.
I'd almost forgotten what it was like to have people around. You know, my neighbors aren't very neighborly. Perhaps that's just as well. They'd probably think me strange. In any case, I won't be around much longer.
You don't mean you're leaving here, Professor?
Yes, I do, Bud.
Yeah, well, what about the Infiniphone?
I don't know. I'll have no need for it, but I'm not sure I should leave it behind. It might do more harm than good. No, I haven't decided yet.
But, Professor, think of the pleasure you can give the world.
Well, if it can give the world as much pleasure as it seems to have given you and Lou, I might be inclined to leave it here. Lou especially seems entranced by the music he's been listening to and recording. Hey, Lou?
Yeah, Lou, you listening?
Oh, yes, sure.
You seem to have found something you like.
Something I like. Man, I'm stoned. I never heard such wailing in my life. Bunny and the bird, Prez and the rest. I would give up the best gig in the world just to sit in with those cats. For kicks. No bread, man. Just kicks.
Yeah, and that, Professor, is why I'm the one who has to worry about the bread. My boy Lou here is just living for kicks.
You're not a dreamer, Bud, and Lou is.
Well, dreamers aren't doers. And doers are the cats who get things done.
Yes, of course. But every now and then, one of us dreamers gets things done, too. Well, if you'll excuse me, gentlemen, I'll get back to my work inside.
Mm-hmm. You hear what he said?
Yeah, he's leaving.
Yeah, well, you know what happens if he does. We're out of business, especially if he takes the Infiniphone with him. And we better get a lot of taping done, and soon.
Yeah. You know what? There's something way out about the way he talks about leaving.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's like he's happy. Like the way Prez used to look when he was blowing a great chorus, you know?
Yeah. Well, tomorrow I'm blowing a great chorus right out of here, and you're going to stay and make tapes all day.
Where are you going?
I'm going in and see Max Wesson at Flip Records. And I'm taking a small sample of our music with me.
What for?
Well, I'm going to offer him exclusive rights to a recently discovered collection of recordings by the late and legendary figures of jazz. A collection that's out of this world. Well, Max?
It's out of this world. It's out of this world. All right. What's the gimmick?
Well, there's no gimmick, Max. It's legit. This is for real. This music, that's the McCoy.
Yeah, I know that. But how did you get it?
All right, I'll admit it. It was dumb luck. I found the recordings in some tank town and bought them for peanuts.
That figures, I guess. All right, what's the deal?
$25,000 plus 25% of gross sales and a spot on your A&R staff for me and my partner.
That is highway robbery.
Is it a deal?
Well, okay. But you got to bring me enough of this stuff to make it worth my while.
Don't worry, Max. My partner's taking care of that right now. Lou, we're in. It's all set. Okay, Lou, put down your axe for a minute, will you? I want to talk. Yeah, Lou, do you hear me? What's wrong with you?
Man, I just made it. I almost goofed, but I just made it.
Just made what? What are you talking about?
Well, you know, I almost started looking forward to recording that stuff and selling it.
What do you mean almost? It's all set. We're rich, and we got steady jobs besides.
Without me, man, without me.
What, are you nuts? What's wrong?
I was listening to some jazz on the Infiniphone. This cat he's blowing his heart out, see? And I think, well, there's no kicks in selling somebody else's jazz. I want something of my own.
You'll have something of your own, a big fat bank account.
Well, anybody can have that. But not everybody can blow a chorus with Prez or Bunny.
Hey, Lou. Lou, baby, what are you, chewed up or something? Hey, Clyde, where's the tape you made today, huh?
I'm not sure I made one.
You what?
I started the tape, and then I heard those cats just swinging, and I picked up my horn and joined in. I guess the tape is still running.
Oh, no. You gotta be kidding me.
Pardon me, gentlemen. I have come to say goodbye.
Goodbye?
Yes, Lou. Everything is ready now.
Where are you going, Professor?
To become part of the great classical past I love so well.
I don't dig you, sir.
I've completed my Infinitransitor. In a few minutes, I shall be transported back into the past.
Are you kidding?
I think not, Bud. I hope not. I'm counting on it, so...
Oh, boy.
Well, gentlemen, goodbye. And thank you once again for your kindness. I shall never forget you.
Professor Hagen.
Yes, Lou.
How far back do you expect to go?
Lou, are you nuts?
Well, as far back as I wish, I suppose. Why?
Well, what I mean is, could you drop me off in the 30s?
Has everybody flipped around here?
Well, we could certainly try, Lou.
Crazy. Wait till I pack my act.
Lou, this is ridiculous.
Maybe, man, but I gotta find out. Bud, this is so long. I'm gonna kind of miss you. We've been pals a long time, and you've always been on the level with me, and, so long.
Yeah, sure, Lou. Well, I'll see you in 10 minutes when you come back, huh?
Goodbye, Bud, and good luck.
Yeah, sure. Later, man, later.
Bud, I hope you find something you really dig, and when you do, man, play it cool. So long, pal.
Boy, doesn't this beat everything? The two of them are flipped. I don't know who's nuttier, the professor or Lou. Oh, man, I hope he got something on that tape. Yeah, give him a few minutes out there, and then Well, the papers gave it quite a play. They said mad professor and musician die in explosion. I woke up here in the hospital. There was nothing left of the professor's place. Not a trace of the professor or Lou. It's a funny thing, though. Lou did make that tape before he left. He taped his own solos. And here's the gas. All the jazz critics claim it's the greatest stuff they ever heard. Yeah, I'm going to make a bundle of loot on Lou's recordings. Somehow I just don't care. It doesn't seem important. All I can think about is poor old Lou. Well, I hope he's having a ball out there in that real crazy infinity.
Suspense. You've been listening to That Real Crazy Infinity, starring Jack Grimes and Richard Holland, and written especially for Suspense by Dick W. Dowling. Suspense is produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Sound patterns by Joseph Cabibbo. Heard in tonight's story were Court Benson as Professor Norval Hagen, Bob Dryden as Charlie Olin, Athena Lords as Jenny, Robert Reddick as Max Weston, and Guy Rep as the voice of Julius Caesar. This is Stuart Metz speaking. Listen again next week when we return with Stand In for Murder, written by Gladys F. Gallant. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Well calculated to keep you in suspense. Tonight, a well-honed accounting of a lethal impersonation. In just a moment, Stand In for Murder, written especially for Suspense by Gladys Gallant. Suspense.
Jim, I can't. I'm afraid. My voice, it isn't her voice.
Will you answer it? Please, Kay, you've got to prove that Laura Morgan is still alive.
Oh, it stopped. Oh, thank God. Jim, this is agony. When that phone rings, I freeze. I can't talk.
Kay, listen to me. Laura's friends have to think she's leaving for Europe, and they have to hear it from her.
Her voice, I can't remember how it's supposed to sound. Don't you want... Play the tape again. That last show she did.
Okay. We'll play the tape again. We've gone over it and over it and over it. Starring Ralph Foreman as Pay attention, will you please? Laura Morgan as Ruth. Pay particular attention to how she
Be quiet,
All right.
listen.
Phil, shattered. Ruth dismayed but determined. These were the fateful words they exchanged. Listen.
We're going to talk over.
All right.
We're the lovely party still.
Ruth, will I see you again?
What about Marion?
I think we got that. What about her?
The party's over.
Live home. It was just into a reflection.
Where's it ending? I have to leave.
All right. Now let's try it. Now say, I have to leave.
I have to leave.
No. Pitch your voice higher.
I have to. Jim, it's no use. I can't do it.
Hey, you've got to. It's our only chance. Do you understand? Our only chance.
Thinking this must be a kind of dream, a terrible nightmare. And when I awoke, everything would be just as it was before Jim asked me for a divorce. I would never agree. I knew there was somebody else, but I just kept hoping that someday he would come back to me. And one night... Jim!
I've got to talk to you, Kay.
The answer is still no.
It's not about the divorce.
Oh, really? I suppose you just dropped in for a drink. Is that it? Well, that's very nice. It's like old times.
Look, never mind about all that now.
Please, really, I insist. Oh, is it still on the rock?
Kay, please.
Just like us, Jim, huh? On the rock.
I said never mind.
Her name's Laura Morgan, isn't that right? You know, I heard we looked so much alike. Oh, yes, I could give you a detailed description. You know, people that talk and all that jazz.
Okay, let up, will you?
Laura Morgan, tall, blonde, sometime actress, but full-time girlfriend. What's this, you night out?
Kay, stop it.
Sure.
I said stop it.
I mean, that's
I know just what you meant. Kay. She's dead. Laura is dead. It was an accident. You see, last night we had a terrible argument. I didn't want to marry her, Kay. I wanted to come back to you. Well, she became hysterical. She pulled out a gun. I grabbed it from her. It went off. She's dead.
Oh, Jimmy. Well, what are you going to do? Did you call the police?
Call the police? Kay, if I call the police, I wouldn't have a chance.
Jimmy, they will find her. They'll know it was you.
No. They'll never find her. Now, you see, I got her out of the apartment, down the stairs, and into the car. No one saw me. And then, near the bridge...
Now, stop, please. For God's sake, I don't want to know anymore.
I'm sorry, Kay. Sorry for this mess. Sorry I left you. Sorry for everything. Kay, I still love you.
Oh, Jimmy. What chance have we got now?
There is one chance. But it all depends on you, Kay.
On me?
Yes. Kay, would you help me set up an alibi?
An alibi?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Jim. But how?
By becoming Laura Morgan.
$12 later, in a 2-room apartment on a quiet street in the West 60s, I became Laura Morgan. As Jim planned it, it would be for only a few days, just long enough to establish her existence. But those few days were a lifetime of terror. There was the constant ringing of the phone right from the start. And the trouble I had imitating her voice. Acting wasn't my line at all.
Tomorrow.
And Jim playing that tape recorder so I could hear Laura's voice again and again.
Kay, you're just not getting it. Now, please pay attention, huh?
Right.
All right. Now, we've got to get it right.
Will you be quiet?
All right. Just listen to the fateful words they exchanged.
It was a lovely party, Bill.
You hear it?
It was up and down.
All right, I'm just pay attention.
What about Marion?
What about it?
The party's over. Party.
Live off. It was just beginning.
It's ending.
You hear that?
The phone is driving me crazy.
All right, answer it. I'll take the tape off.
No, let it ring.
Don't be a fool, Kay. Answer it.
Hello?
Are you the lady in apartment 4A?
Yes. What is it?
I'm a reporter from the Daily Globe, miss. We'd like to ask you a few questions about the murder Wednesday night.
Oh, my God, Jim.
Who was it? What they want?
A reporter from the Globe. He wanted to ask me about the murder Wednesday night.
Murder? Wednesday night?
Jim, please.
Let it ring. No, wait, pick it up.
Jim,
Go on, pick it up. Now say you're Laura Morgan and let him do the talking.
Hello?
This is the reporter from the Globe again. Are you the lady I was just talking to?
Yes, this is Laura Morgan. We were disconnected.
Now, about that murder, Miss Morgan. We understand you saw the killer's face as he passed you in the lobby.
Well, I didn't see anything. Who was killed?
Well, if you don't know, miss, then I guess you didn't see anything. Sorry to bother you. We were just checking all the tenants. Thank you.
Oh. Somebody was killed, but he doesn't know about Laura Morgan. Somehow I carried it off. Somehow I went on to establish the fact that Laura Morgan was still alive. The next day.
This is the Jiffy Cleaning Service, Miss Morgan.
Yes. What can I do for you?
About that powder blue wool suit you sent back to us. Our very best men worked on it to get that spot out that you complained about, Miss Morgan.
Oh, the spot. Yes, did you get it out?
Miss Morgan, if you go out of your way to look for it, there's still the faintest remains. Frankly, any more solvents and you'd wind up with a hole instead of a stain. But if you don't know it's there, it isn't. You know what I mean? It's the best we can do.
I'm sure it'll be good enough, but Miss...
You mean it'll be okay? The other day you nearly took my head off that it didn't come out right. Even when I explained there's just some things that you don't
Yes, we'll just send it right back today, please.
Oh, yeah, sure. Right away, within the hour.
That afternoon, wearing Laura's powder blue suit, I left the apartment. My heart skipped a beat when I saw the doorman looking my way. I hurried past him, my face turned away.
Afternoon, Miss Morgan. A lovely day it is.
That's nice. Jim's plan seemed to be working. To kill time, I went to a movie and then decided to walk home. It was a relief to be caught up in the anonymity of New York with its crush of people at 6 o'clock. I was just turning west on 64th Street when...
Look out, lady!
You all right, lady?
What happened? What was it?
It was a concrete, a cornice or something. Fell right from the top of that brownstone.
If you're by an inch, you better call a policeman. No, please, I'm fine, really.
You ought to file a complaint, lady. You could have been killed.
No, I have to hurry. I'm very late.
Hey, lady. Well, you never can figure a dame. Here she's almost killed, and she has to hurry because she's late for her hair appointment.
Hello?
Laura Morgan?
Yes, this is Laura Morgan. Who is it?
That concrete block that dropped a few minutes ago.
Concrete block? What about it?
I just want to tell you, that was no accident.
No accident?
No accident. Just a little warning, Miss Morgan.
Who is this? What do you want? Who are you?
Next time we won't miss. If you say one word about the murder, you're dead.
No. I stood there trembling in the darkness of the room. The crash of concrete on the pavement, the ominous, threatening voice on the telephone still ringing in my ears. Oh, I wanted to scream out, Laura Morgan is dead. But I had to protect Jim's alibi. I tried not to panic. I asked myself, if I were Laura Morgan, what would I do? I would call the police and tell them someone was threatening to kill me. Why not? Jim would still be safe. He needed a live alibi, not a dead one. I reached for the phone. Operator, get me the police department and hurry, please. Police department, this is Laura Morgan. I'd like to...
Hang up the phone, lady. You hear what I said on the phone, Miss Morgan? One word about the murder, you're dead.
Who are you? What do you want? Look, I'm not Laura Morgan. You're making a very big mistake. She's dead. I tell you, she's dead.
What are you trying to pull? You're Laura Morgan, all right? You just sold her to the police.
Oh, no, let me alone, please. I'm not Laura Morgan. Laura Morgan is dead.
You know what she's going to be. You talk too much. It's out the window for you. It's a case of suicide.
Police! What? Police! Which way do they go, Miss Morgan?
Bedroom into the fire escape.
No, they won't get far. We have a squad car downstairs.
He tried to push me out the window.
Hey,
Take it easy. Take it easy. Come on. Take it easy. That's it. All right. Look, I'm from homicide. Lieutenant Kelly. We've been watching this building all day.
Why me?
You witnessed the gang killing at Clint Toback Wednesday night.
The racketeer?
Yeah, your late neighbor. He was shot right in his lobby. Doorman said you were coming in when it happened. Oh, were you?
When it, well, that must have been just before it happened.
Now, tell me, did you get a good look at the killer's face?
Sorry, I really can't remember. There were several people past me in the lobby. No, I really didn't notice.
He noticed you, all right. Where did you disappear to Wednesday night? We've been looking for you for 2 days, Miss Morgan.
I know. It seems a lot of people were looking for me. Police and newspapers. Oh, a killer. Well, I'm getting out of here.
It's safer to stay put. Until we apprehend that killer, Miss Morgan.
Stay here and take another chance of my life? Oh, no.
Don't leave this apartment, Miss Morgan. If you do, you'll wind up as dead as your late hood neighbor, Clint Toback.
Who is this?
It's me, Jim.
Oh, Jim.
I got here as soon as I could. What happened, Kay? I couldn't make out what you were saying on the phone. Oh, my God, you look awful.
Someone tried to kill me.
What?
I was almost killed.
All right. Now, who? I don't understand.
Laura Morgan witnessed a murder right here in this lobby Wednesday night. Did she say anything to you about it?
Oh, we had other things to talk about.
The killer is after her, even if she didn't see his face, if he thinks she can identify him. If she didn't know.
All right. Now, look, you've got to get out of here, Kay. Now, you start packing. I'll try to get you on a plane tomorrow night.
Now, wait a minute. The police said I can't go anywhere until they catch the killer.
Police?
They said I'd be safer here. They're watching this building.
Police? Kay, are you out of your mind and you get me over here?
Jim, I had to. Don't you see? You've got to tell them the truth. Now you've got to tell them Laura Morgan is dead.
Tell them? Why, ruin my life, our life, Kay?
Well, what is the matter with you? You didn't commit murder. It was an accident. The police will understand that.
Sure. I'm sure they'll be very understanding.
Jim, don't you see? If you tell the police, it will be in the papers, on the news broadcast. Don't you understand? Then nobody will try to kill Laura Morgan if she's already dead.
I see one thing. I've got to get out of here and fast. Look,
police, Miss Morgan.
Just remember you're Laura Morgan. As long as they believe that, we can get away.
I had a report a man was seen coming up here.
Oh, yes. That was just a friend, Lieutenant. Oh, please, won't you come in?
Thanks.
This is Mr. Benson, Lieutenant.
Benson?
Jim Benson. Miss Morgan tells me she's been having some trouble, Lieutenant.
Yeah, quite a bit of trouble, Mr. Benson. Miss Morgan, I'm afraid I have to tell you there's more trouble.
What do you mean?
Well, there seems to be some question about your identity.
Did you say my identity?
Yeah, the doorman of this building seems... Well, come in, Brady. We can settle this right now.
Oh, this is ridiculous, Lieutenant. This is an invasion of privacy.
At the moment, Miss Morgan's life is hardly private. All right, what do you say, Brady? Is this Laura Morgan?
No, that's not Laura Morgan. No, sir.
Are you positive?
When you put me back on the door today, sir, I knew she wasn't Miss Morgan. She wore the same suit, and she even looks like her. But that walk, and the way she kept her face turned away, they made me think, sir. No, sir. This lady here isn't Laura Morgan.
What do you mean I'm not Laura Morgan? Never heard of her.
Okay. All right, who are you, miss? Why are you impersonating Laura Morgan?
Don't say a thing, Laura. I'm calling my attorney.
And who are you, Mr. Benson? did you set this woman up as a decoy so you could kill the real Laura Morgan? We haven't found her yet, but the police are dragging the river.
Jim.
All right, just stay where you are, all of you. I'll answer it. Hello?
Lieutenant Kelly?
Speaking.
This is Blaine.
Oh, yes, Captain.
Don't let that woman get away, Kelly. We'll be right over. Laura Morgan has been found and identified.
Oh, come on in, Captain.
This the woman, Kelly?
Well, this is the lady who says she's Laura Morgan, Captain.
It's very interesting. And the man?
I'm Jim Benson. May I ask what you're doing here before I call my attorney?
Certainly, Mr. Benson. I just came around to introduce Laura Morgan to Laura Morgan.
What?
Okay, Mac. Bring her in. Miss Morgan, meet the real Laura Morgan.
What? I don't understand, Jim. You said she was dead.
Laura, are you all right, Laura?
Yes, darling. But, Jim, my timing was off as usual. I guess I was at the wrong place at the wrong hour. I did just what you said Wednesday night, but they managed to find me.
Jim, you knew she was alive. You knew somebody wanted to kill her, and you made me take her place.
And you botched it. Just as you botched your marriage, Kay Benson.
Jim, you said you killed her. You said you wanted me. You said
Never mind what I said, Kay.
Now, not so fast. We want to know exactly what you said, Mr. Benson.
God, you wanted me to be killed. You wanted me to be killed so you could marry her.
I begged you. I pleaded with you for a divorce, Kay.
And when she wouldn't give it to you, you set your wife up as a target for Laura Morgan's killer.
Oh, Jim, how could you?
Take him to headquarters, Kelly. This is really one for the books. A stand-in for murder.
Suspense. You have been listening to Stand In for Murder, starring Terry Keane and Larry Haynes, and written especially for Suspense by Gladys F. Gallant. Suspense is produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in tonight's story were Claire Neeson, Ivor Francis, Bob Reddick, Tony Darnay, Bill Lipton, Jack Grimes, and Joseph Julian. Listen again next week when we return with Formula for Death, written by Jonathan Bundy. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.